bottle even sucked.
No, it sounded okay.
It sounded okay, but I just didn't like it. It's the crack.
Jordan, how was that beer?
Which one?
The one that he had last week.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't fucking get one.
All right.
Why are we starting off like this? You know, I had a long day, and I'm coming out.
You guys are both
mad
cranky
spicy.
pants. You guys walk in like a bunch of cranky pants.
Very cranky pants today.
Oh, I had to work hard today. Oh,
I'm not cranky. I'm just tired.
Editing Pat's open here because I already did it. Click. Awesome. And we're moving. What a week. Is it only Tuesday?
Yeah.
Is it Tuesday?
Usually, we should have recorded yesterday. I was in such a better mood yesterday.
Well, Matt had his reasons, and look at him. He's on his phone, and he's
Get
not
off
paying
your
attention.
fucking phone!
I'm
doing Twitter stuff, guys.
We're doing a podcast right now.
What do you mean Twitter
You're
stuff?
not doing Twitter. You're
not
on
Twitter.
Instagram,
Whatever.
guy.
I'm tired.
Oh my god. Anyways, here we are. This is going to be the best episode of Bros, Bumps, and Beers. I am the EST of Triple
Shut
B,
up.
Pat Gagne, and with me as always, Cranky Pants, Jordan, the Guava God, Schofield.
Cranky guava.
Cranky. Oh man, this is going to be the worst opening.
Yeah, this will be a bit of a speed wobble.
Yeah, and of course, pouring his beer and off his phone finally is Matt. Gagne. Hey, so are you guys gonna try this episode? Or are we just mailing it in? What's the deal?
Oh, I'm ready to go. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Okay, that's a little too much. Let me just calm down.
Yeah, Jesus.
That was
The audio just spiked so hard.
Yeah, that was not good. Like, okay, we get it. You're in charge of the audio. You don't have to tell us every time the audio spikes.
Guys, I do the audio on the podcast.
I like that he tells us about the audio.
It's an
Yeah, you would take a side.
We're gonna turn this into an ASMR podcast.
What is up with that?
What is up? Have you ever done ASMR?
Those are so weird.
Matt has no
He has
clue.
no idea.
I just
Matt
the
is
look.
so not hip.
That's what's like this new thing where like people like whisper and make like subtle noises into the microphone, and apparently it's
people,
relaxing.
Yeah, people take like their hands and like rub them together.
Let's not do that. You guys are creeping me out right now.
Creep you out a little bit?
A little bit.
Should I stare you in the eyes as I do it?
So, Pat, you bought some clothes this week or something? Like, let's talk about stuff.
Check it out. Everybody look at me. This is one outfit. This is nice.
You bought pink shorts?
They're salmon.
Okay, so I thought we were going to talk about Pat's new clothes. Theoretically, I didn't know those were new. Like I thought
they look like everything else
you
Let
wear.
me explain. Okay, so first of all,
can I ask before you go?
Yeah.
Did you get those from Lucky Brand? Those shorts?
No.
Damn it! They look just like mine.
No,
because they're the only. No, they're the only one that fits my legs.
Oh, she's got big.
And
legs,
your
eh?
large bum.
And my
your badonka-donk.
Sup.
Yeah, so, it was.
Sup.
It started off very wholesomely. Wholesomely. It kind of hurt my feelings because I was looking for something to wear before we go out, and I'm looking through my closet. I'm like,
Where are we going?
I don't even remember. Like, we're just leaving the house because like you can't wear gym shorts and a tank to go out. Apparently,
You can't.
Wow.
No, there are very strict rules in my house about this.
Jeez.
What?
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 5 months.
I know. So I say, Rand, why don't you come in here and pick? She opens my closet and she's like, I hate everything you own.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, cool. So love you too. Can't wait to marry you. So yeah, I go. So you know what? Hey, let's purge it. Let's get rid of all the crap I don't like. You ever heard of this Marie Kondo?
No.
Oh yeah, like
What is
keep. That's like the Netflix show, right? Keep anything that
brings you joy.
Keep anything that sparks joy.
Yeah,
isn't that
sparks joy? So should we?
Do any of your underwear spark joy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you, when we went through my underwear, you could literally see through my underwear.
Really?
There was some holes in those bad boys.
You know what I really like when you go to get a Saks like underwear, but
See, I don't own Saks.
No. Here's the thing: you can get some with the fly and some without, right?
Okay.
And the key to that is like. Sometimes when you got work pants on and it's like a belt or like it's like a buckle and a button and an underfly button and the fly. Sometimes
you
know
wear
it's
very complicated pants.
Sometimes it's
Mine
just,
have an elastic.
Yeah, see that's the problem with these stupid. When I mean I don't have to wear dress clothes anymore because I'm a stay-at-home bitch. But beyond that, everything else is great. But sometimes it's just nice to have a fly, because you can just do a little hand maneuvering. Boom, quick bathroom break.
Now. But then, so we went to Old Navy because shout out Old Navy. I love Old Navy.
Are we not going to comment on my you asked if I like?
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
No, I mean you asked. I'm not particular.
That went in a whole different direction that I didn't want to hear.
You asked a particular question. Did you not expect me to answer it in a partilar manner?
You gonna be like this the whole show?
Maybe.
I just got a question for you guys. As a male, do you guys like trying on clothes?
I hate it. I know my size and everything, and I never try on anything.
Me neither. I have such a hard time finding shit that I think like fits me well. That once I find something, like that company has my I've only bought
Under
Lucky
Armour.
Brand.
Shout out Under Armour.
Yeah, Lucky Brand jeans and Lucky Brand shorts.
Yeah.
Old
And
Navy.
that's all I'm
Old
wearing
Navy.
ever anywhere.
But then you go with your wife and she's putting stuff on your shoulder. Try this, try this. And I walk in with like 13 different things. I don't need 13 different things.
My wife has never done that to me.
Oh.
No.
But hey,
That is an instant fight in a store.
I just see like some like I don't know if we have too many friends of ours, but I've definitely known guys over the years who spend money on clothes, and it's just never been where my brain goes to.
last part of it though, I got a new black shirt. I haven't had a new black t-shirt in forever. Now you remember the black t-shirt.
I do. Your
that was,
go-to.
Yeah, you wore that all
that was
the time.
the go-to bar shirt.
So did you buy anything that we would recognize as new?
I would hope the shorts.
I like salmon.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like salmon's a disgusting food, but I like that.
What? You don't like salmon?
No, it's in my top 5 least favorite foods.
Oh, here we go again.
No, we're already going long. We'll save that for another episode.
No, I got a couple pairs of shorts, some new shirts. Nothing that you would jump off the page. But, it's very me. I look good. I look good now. I worked out about 6 times, so I'm looking pretty.
Oh,
trim.
you're still at a fitness place over there on the corner?
Oh yeah.
Sweat equity.
As my dad calls it, Mike's gym. Why do you call it Mike's gym? Oh, because I go at 8 o'clock when no one's there, and it's my gym then.
Is it because he fucking owns it now? Is
He
that
does.
why?
He does.
He's
yeah.
moved stuff. I'm pretty sure he's moved
Oh, I'm
equipment.
sure. I'm sure he just walks in and
The,
he
the
just
feng
swipes in.
shui doesn't work there, so I'm gonna move this.
He told me, he goes, they have this one machine. It's this preacher bench. Pat goes, what's a preacher bench? I was like, but he
Where
goes,
you go to the church of the biceps, baby.
he's like, how sweet is that, Pat? Pat's like, yeah, it's cool, Dad. He's like, no, Matt, like this is a sweet machine. And I'm like, I kind of
So
want to see
it's
this
a
machine now.
preacher because they have the preacher machine. So is it like the one that's like connected?
Yeah, the cable
Okay,
one,
so
yeah.
it's a cable. Yeah, because I thought he was talking like old school preacher bench, which is like literally just a preacher.
He made his own at home.
I believe I saw your
This
dad's
is
like little
going
workout
to
room. It
be
was sick.
the last episode of Bros, Bumps, and Beers.
You brought it up.
Yeah, you did.
You did. Well, let's bring up another thing. Are we talking about a bunch of crap that you don't need? Matt moved this weekend. Can I
all
tell
good.
you? Did you know that someone can have 12 boxes labeled Xmas and have to move every single box?
Okay, to be fair, it was 7 boxes, and they're all very heavy.
Stupid heavy. Christmas isn't supposed to be heavy.
Yeah, what's heavy? What's heavy for Christmas?
We have 3 boxes of Christmas Village.
What's okay?
We have like a ceramic Christmas village that we set up.
Is that
We
like a
haven't set it
Russian
up in,
doll
like,
situation,
Basically, yeah.
or is it like Jesus in a manger?
No,
The baby
no.
Jesus.
It's like different ceramic houses. Like one's a shoemaker's
And
house.
like
one's
the thing that reminded me is like this is your second time moving. First time you had like no crap.
nothing.
Yeah, it was your first
That's
house.
the
I was
best time
25.
Yeah.
Rayanne has moved 11 times.
Oh, we already decided if we ever move again, which we are not. I'm dying in this house.
Yeah.
We are hiring movers.
That's like it was.
Yeah.
Like wasn't that it was hard, but just like
why has Rayanne moved 11 times?
all her family loved renovating houses and just moved.
Oh,
just
they
moved
were
a bunch.
they were flippers.
Yeah, and like they did really good, but like they just 11 times. You moved all that crap. I'm like, you're never moving again. I'm putting my foot down.
It's funny because they tend to say that like the general sweet spot to get in and out of a house is after 8 to 10 years you should be selling your house. Like that's usually what they
We
say.
were
for
8
like,
years in the last in the one we
exactly.
just sold.
That's typically what people say.
But I'll tell you right now, my favorite box of Matt's whole move. Like he put fragile in very small writing someplace, but there was one box that said fragile,
PlayStation.
huge,
What was it?
fragile,
For me, it would be the
Matt's
PlayStation.
retirement. It was freaking hockey cards, man.
Oh, so if you're walking by like a fire, you
Yeah.
don't want to throw it in the fire.
No.
So it was fire fragile. Like if you dropped it on the ground,
No,
it's
you
like,
don't want to bend
well.
the corners.
Are they in
How
plastic
much do you actually
protection?
think those things are worth?
Altogether, for the record, I have 77,000 hockey cards.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, but like,
I counted once. Like, not
give me a
actually counted.
percentage of like how many you think are actually worth something.
If I traded all of them in,
Well, you have 7.
I'd
Do you
hope
think you could get $7,000?
Yes, you have.
No.
You have 7. No, don't you have what? There has to be $1 a card. Right?
no, it's not.
Oh, really?
I bet you I
Sounds like a
get
waste of
in the. If I piece them out, 200 to 300
God
bucks.
bless you for thinking that's a retirement plan.
It was written big on the box.
God,
Retirement.
God
Guys,
bless you.
And
Where are
Matt
you?
didn't
it's
care
a
about any of
joke.
the.
Where are you
Matt
retiring
didn't care about
to?
any
Puerto
of the
Rico?
boxes.
It's
He
a
didn't care about
joke.
any of the boxes, but he took that box and he put it in a specific spot where he knew he wouldn't forget about it.
Also, I didn't pick Puerto Rico on purpose for what they're going through. God bless Puerto Rico.
Disavow.
Disavow.
Jesus.
Sorry.
And best part, we had to move.
It would be super cheap right now.
We had to
super
we had
cheap,
to move a freaking trampoline, and we had to move a freaking
Okay,
play
it's
structure.
not a full-size trampoline. It's a kiddie trampoline, not like a really small one, but it's like big enough. But picture this: 4 30-year-olds walking down a busy street carrying a trampoline to a U-Haul.
That sounds
because we had to
awesome.
throw it over the fence, and I couldn't jump the curb on the U-Haul because I didn't want to lose my security deposit.
Fair.
So we walked it down Probably about 20 houses.
This is far. This is a far walk.
So
man.
who was it? You, your dad?
No, it was me, Matt, and 2 of our buddies.
Where was Papa Gagne?
He was
Back in the house.
back at the new house.
He was psyched.
Oh, okay. So he was there. I thought you were saying he wasn't
has
there
like a
at
chain
all.
link fence that
No,
backs
he was
onto
there.
a street.
Okay, good.
So all our dad talked about the whole time was, you could drive your truck right up on the hill and we can just unload the truck from there. He was so psyched. It's all he talked about. We didn't do it, but he was like,
But
all
the
he thought.
theoretical aspect of doing it.
The idea that he could park a truck on a hill and walk to Matt's house blew his mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like we all had like variably fun. Well, I mean, buying clothes.
That had no fun.
No.
No, I hurt my back. I couldn't do anything yesterday. I didn't,
Welcome to the club.
Girl.
you know what they say?
Welcome
you know when
to
they,
the club.
You know when they say lift with your legs, not your back? Okay, first of all, those people are pussies. And second of all, your back hurts, man.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Let's do some beer reviews though. I feel like,
Good transition, Matt. We're getting a lot better at that.
but I feel like I want to drink some beers.
Speaking of your back,
Oh wait, I am drinking beer.
we should go back to the days where we reviewed beer.
Oh, there we go. That's
See?
a transition.
That's a transition.
That's a segue.
Fucking look at. Wait, you haven't even done. Oh no, you did do the intro. Stop staring at me. I'll fucking bitch slap
I
you.
hate this episode.
Why don't you go first?
Yeah,
Okay.
you go first.
So I went back to
Read the other side.
I can't. It's in a whole different
It's hilarious
language.
to know that if we come in here a little bit less than full on chipper, Pat's just like so
Look,
sad.
I
so
based
salty
my
right now.
whole day around recording. I took a nap. I barely talked to anybody today.
This is what happens when you record on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
This is what
We
happens.
shouldn't be doing this on Tuesday.
Way
ever
to
again.
go, Matt.
I am not gonna apologize.
So yeah, I took one of the beers out of the 10-pack from the Manitoba's Brewers Association,
Yes.
the 10-pack, and I took Winnipeg Brew Works. I noticed how I didn't say Beer Works. Very proud of myself. I took their Golden Ukraine.
It's a lager, I believe.
It's a lager, yes. It says on the can it is light, balanced, and fun fact, I wrote it down. They use Ukrainian clone 18 hops. What does that mean? I have no idea, but it
I
sounds
believe
cool.
they cloned 18 hops from Ukraine.
You know what's great? I think a lot of the stuff like hops of beer could just be made up. You know,
Just say whatever.
I love when
Well-
people say something to you and you're like, you could have made that up, and I don't know
Yeah,
if you're right
like
or
this,
wrong.
the can says
You know what's fun to say in French?
What?
Hops in French is oublion.
Oublion.
Oublion?
Oublion.
Again, one of those things where if someone was like, "Je n'ai pas oublion," I'd be like, "Yeah,
I
yeah.
like beer, and like this can says Ukrainian style lager. Sure, I'm sure this is exactly what lagers taste.
I
in
would
Ukraine.
expect a free pierogi with it,
Yeah.
frankly.
Wow.
I would love pierogies though.
I
I'm
haven't
happy
had
to
pierogi
have
in a
a
long
pierogi.
time.
It's a lager.
Oh, that's a big sip there.
I always say a lager. Lagers are. It's tough to be great because lagers are so generic.
Yeah,
I find.
I've never had a. Well, no, I've had one great lager in my life, and it was a coffee tinted lager, and it was
They
incredible.
need something else.
Yeah, it needs to, like.
You had
push
coffee
on
in
the top.
yours. I had the Wonder Star Botanical Lager.
Right.
Oh,
That was
Incredible,
stunning.
but it's a botanical. It's got something else to
Yeah.
it.
flowers.
Yeah, basically.
Is that? I think that is a
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah, like
incredible.
you drinking, I was like, "What the sweet
does-
merciful
it has-
crap is
it has-
this?"
it
What am I putting in my body right now?
That's like how you reacted to the meringue last week.
So yeah, like for me, a lager, unless
Shout
it has
out
that something
Vessel.
extra,
Yeah.
the highest a lager can get for me is like 3.5. This isn't that 3.5 threshold. I'd give it on Untap. You can follow me at Pat Gani. I give it like a 3.25. It's there. It's good. I'll drink. You know what? I have not had a Winnipeg Brew Works where I couldn't drink all night.
That's good.
I could drink this all night. 3.25.
There's a place for that.
Yeah.
Like I know like I'm personally a very like I want flavor guy,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also a place for like I'd like to have 10 of these. You know,
Exactly.
You know, I love
What's the ABV on that?
maybe
probably 4.9.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so see, like, yeah,
lager,
you can have
right?
10 of those.
Well, that's the
You're
thing,
still
like,
standing, you're still having a good time.
We rave over stuff like the orangutan.
Yeah.
Give me 3 and I'm out. I'm like, okay, that's enough. Like, I
They're
can
a little
drink it.
heavier.
That's
Yeah.
why I want those to be high alcohol content because I
Exactly.
hate beers that are like flavor like I don't hate them but flavor filled and they're like 4%.
Well,
it's
high-
like, well, I might as well just have a
high
juice.
alcohol content. You brought us something we got to come,
Yeah, I
come
mean,
right away.
we're gonna have to. We might be doing like an extra beer discussion
Yeah.
later because I brought the hammer this week.
So,
but-
so Matt,
You brought the axe.
Matt, I'll throw it to you. You're doing a brew we actually haven't done yet.
Yeah. So we started talking, and we hadn't done Oxus yet. Another brewery here. In,
Sorry,
what
Oxus.
was it? They just followed us on Instagram, which is shout out.
That
Oxus.
has nothing to do with you magically getting a spot on the pod this week. Nothing to do with
No,
it.
that's totally.
No, they followed us like literally seconds ago.
Oh, wow.
After I put this on our
Are we
story.
200?
Yes.
Woo!
Oh, that's big.
200 followers on Instagram.
How did they know we were reviewing it?
Well, I put in the story.
Okay, good. I thought they were like,
Watching us.
are we going back to an ASMR podcast? No. Okay, that's sorry.
I don't like that stuff. So I'm doing the also out of the Manitoba Brewers Association pack. I'm doing the Citra Session IPA. So it's
Say that again. Say that 10 times fast. Citra
I'm not going
Session
to.
IPA.
I would have edited that out so fast.
4% ABV.
Oh, it's a rough start.
But it's a session, right? It's
Okay.
a session IPA, which means you're looking to be able to.
Can
Does
you
that-
have 8 of them, Matt?
I could do 12 of these.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
It
what
would
you
be-
need to hear.
And
Like
it's
tall cans, though?
oh yeah.
Yeah, wow.
This is really it's subtle. The key word in this beer is going to be subtle. Subtle hops,
Just like me.
subtle citrus. No one has ever described you as subtle.
Subtle. I've heard people describe you subtle. Has never been a word.
It's
Subtle as a heart
not
attack.
bitter, but it's got a nice tropical kind of note to it, which is it's really good on your palate. Really easy to drink, sessionable, hence the session.
So a session beer is sessionable?
Yeah, man.
That'll blow your damn mind right
That'll
there.
blow your mind. On Untapped, you can follow me at GanyaMatt. You guys aren't gonna do it, okay? Cool. There it is. Hate you. I gave this a 3.75. You can't give this beer, in my opinion, under 3.5 because it doesn't offend you ever. It's got enough.
It didn't say anything to you.
No, it's not rude at all.
You know what? You know what's funny? I get what he means. by
Yeah,
that.
so do I.
Like when you
So-
said it
yeah.
doesn't offend
Yeah.
you, my head went to like Granville Island watermelon lager.
Oh, boy.
That offended you.
Oh, I was.
Barnhander offends you every week that they don't put out the Guava 66, right?
You know, I'm going back there again this weekend, and there's a good chance that I'm going to continue my campaign of excellence. So we'll keep the dream
You
alive.
should make a shirt.
Oh, I literally am that upset about it that I will.
It's not make the Guava 66 great again. It's just make the Guava
Make the
66
Guava point
Just
again.
make it. Just make it,
make
damn
it.
Make it again.
Put it in a can, damn it.
Make the Guava 66
But yeah,
at some point in the near future.
This beer doesn't offend you. It's really good. I've had a couple things from Oxus. They weren't my favorite. This, on the other hand, give me this every day of the week and twice on Sunday, and I'll
I
drink
got
it
one in my
every
fridge.
day.
I'm very excited. I've never had an Oxus beer.
This
Ever.
might be the one that was in your fridge because I might have left the one I brought in the fridge.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so I mean, it might have
Well,
been a
this is
switch.
what's up. Jordan tried to take my cute little number. We almost had a murder.
You owe me reparations. You shorted me $10 on the,
The
group
Q Club
equipment.
number, you need to get 2 of those if you're going to.
You owe me reparations.
You get your $10. Don't drink my cute little.
Speaking of One Great City,
Yeah, I'm very.
Wow, segue.
Wow, he's getting so much
Let's
better at
go.
this. So this week I am doing the Intrepid New England IPA. What a turnaround from the start of this podcast, where I would say the word IPA and throw up a bit in my mouth, and then somehow you put New England in front of it. And unlike the sports teams, these are really fun to love. You know,
From Boston.
from well, no, it's from Winnipeg. So the Intrepid. Okay, so here's what I've come to really like about New England IPAs. I find they have like minimal bitterness,
minimal.
and
Yeah.
a good one. And that's what
The
'cause I
haziness
like. I've always
tapers
liked
that.
the IPA flavor, but I hated how bitter these were. And this one has like some great tropical flavors. And this is like another New England IPA that you could have 10 of. You know, so I'm really finding like a hard spot
there's
to you know, worry about this beer or to think like it's gonna have fault. I have had better New England IPAs from Winnipeg, but not many. So I'm really teetering. I don't know if it's a 3.75 or if it's a 4 because it is that good, but I've had better. So I'm teetering. I'm gonna go. You know why it's gonna get a 4? Let me tell you exactly why it's gonna get a 4.
You're giving up 4s like it's high fives at a baseball game.
I'm on a heater. I've never had this beer in
that
my
would make
life.
sense, by the way, because why would you give out 4s if you're giving out high
So
fives?
not only are you guys cranky ass pants, but you guys are both against me this week.
I'm sorry. Can I finish my point? Okay. First of all, I've never had this beer before in my life. Okay, and if again, there's a few beers this week. If you followed me on Untapped, JSCO 55, the body bags got pulled out and they got put in. Okay, this beer is 7%. That gives it an extra.
Right
that
away.
puts it right up.
Right away, it's a 3.
Like that's if
a
it's
3
if it's above
automatically.
6, big smile on my face. It's at least a 3 because that knows that we can party. At worst, if we don't like the flavor, we can forget about flavor in about 6 of these or more. So I'm going to give this a 4. That's the Intrepid New England IPA. Following up the cute little number, One Great City is on a roll. So, Pat, back over to you.
Now, Jordan, before we continue, what does that say about us as people that every time we drink a beer that we go, I can have 10 of these? What does that say about us as people?
That we really like to drink beer, and
I was hoping it was we like to party.
well, that's where I was going.
Yeah. 10 beers, though.
Okay, Matt was trying to tell me something off mic, but I didn't know what he was saying. Can you just say what you were saying?
Cue up the Winnipeg beer news.
Cue up the Winnipeg
I will.
Beer
I was-
News. I thought
No,
you were too bad.
I don't want it to be like last week where he didn't have it
that's
ready.
his gimmick. He's never ready, never prepared.
Jesus, I was
We're
ready.
at episode 12, damn it. You should know the gimmicks.
I was ready this week, he said quickly,
And
going...
before you do the Winnipeg Beer News of the Week, Jordan, I was thinking about it. I don't know why baseball fields are all different.
You know what, though? I'm on board with it now.
Why?
I just think it adds a little, like, every week, you're like, oh, am I going to trip over this hump in center field? God only knows, Miami. You know, I think Miami has the hump in center field.
No,
I don't know.
what the hell?
Like, why?
No, that's they got rid of that. That was in Houston, I think.
Oh, was it in Houston? But they have a train
Okay.
in the outfield.
Like outside the ball.
Oh,
This is going off the rails right here. So anyways,
Yeah. I don't know.
Train jokes are fun.
Anyways, we'll do a little recap. I had the Winnipeg Brew Works Golden Ukraine. I gave it 3.25 on Untappd. Matt had the Citra Session IPA from Oxus. He gave it a
3.75.
3.75. And Jordan went with the
Intrepid from One Great City, and that was a 4. It's just a really good New England IPA.
By the way, do you know why it's called the Intrepid? It says in the can.
Yes, I will tell you why.
Because
it's
the
called the
guy
Intrepid.
who inspired 007 was a
One of
spy
the
from Winnipeg. One of the inspirations was from Winnipeg, and
Didn't we do Superman?
Sir
too?
William Stephenson.
Weren't we involved in Superman? And
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh?
and Winnie the Pooh.
Winnipeg is just killing it with imaginary people.
Some might say that Winnipeg is the greatest city.
I hear it's one great city.
I hear that.
That was a nice tap in. Okay, anyways, Winnipeg Beer.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry,
Winnipeg Beer News of the Week.
Thank you, Patrick. So I am looking forward to.
This fucking episode's a train wreck.
I mean, no, we're working on it. All right, listen, they can't all be fucking gems. Okay, chill out, listeners. I'm about to bless your ears with some goodness. Okay, so Sucrums is making a new beer now.
This is going to be
Hold on.
so good.
Hold on.
But this they didn't say anything. This is all on their Instagram story.
Sucrums was making a new beer. Now, what do we know about Sucrums? If it's in the silver can,
It's delicious.
run for the hills. If it's in a normal can with a fully wrapped wrapper thingy, well, I don't know whatever's on the
Label.
outside, label, stickers, I don't know. Whatever's on the outside of it, you go get it. And God bless them, I saw that it's a full can, which means it's probably going to be delicious. Now, they were also today on Instagram pouring a bunch of coconut into...
Okay, but hang on. So I saw their Instagram
Can I
story.
finish?
I just want to ask you a question because there was one picture of them with the big, they're brewing it, and it's purple coming out.
I think that's going to be something different.
Yeah, I think they're coming out with two different things.
Well, hold on a sec.
Oh,
Coconut goes purple.
does it?
I think so. I think if you, no, because coconut sugar.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Is
I
it like
think
watermelon
so.
sugar?
Maybe, no, I know that's like a shot in the dark, but
This
I
will be the
genuinely...
last episode of Bros.
I mean, if they're making two... Here's the thing. Okay, they're putting coconut in something. I'm hoping it's... Like, if it's a stout, I don't know if Sucrums has ever made a stout, but
Yeah,
that would
they
be a
have.
hell... Okay, that'd be a hell of a move.
They just put out the Imperial Stout.
Oh, right. Okay,
Their stouts are quite good.
good. So, there...
This had hops beside it, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a coconut IPA.
Okay. We're guessing coconut IPA. The point is that Sucrums is coming out with something new. It's not in their small batch can. So speaking of botches, it's not in their small batch can. So rejoice and probably buy it. No, definitely buy it.
Oh, I'm buying it.
Yeah, if it's in a silver can,
Buy it.
if it's in a normal can, purchase.
Sucrums, can you bring back Project Mayhem, please?
I thought they were.
Oh, I hope
You know what I didn't do? I didn't get to the tap room and get the Dark Cosmos. I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, that would have been good, too.
So was there... Now that, to my understanding, was really all the beer news we had this week. Murky Buckets is out, but we talked about that last week. Was there anything else?
I don't think so.
The queue was kind of barren on the new Winnipeg beer front this week so far.
Yeah,
Which is okay. They've been
Yeah, I
putting
mean,
out
we've been
beaters every
shirting
week.
shit out for the last
They're-
4 months, 5 months.
I think we're getting to the end of the summer here where we're getting into a bit of a transition.
We're giving it a second.
Yeah.
Okay, the last piece of Winnipeg beer news then is Trans Canada Brewery threw up a post, and they said, "What would you like to see?"
Oh, I saw this.
From the county in the country, the County Sour series. So I ask you, I wrote banana
You did write
because
banana, I saw
I'm
that.
psychotic and want to challenge people. I also thought cantaloupe would be a very
That would
interesting
be
sour
very
beer.
interesting,
You know
but
what?
it's not.
But I would
sour.
love to know from you two,
you're
what
putting me on the
fruit would
spot.
you put on the list?
The first thing that comes to mind is grape.
A grape sour.
Yeah,
I don't hate that.
I don't either.
I think that'd be interesting.
A grape's naturally kind of bitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be kind of lame here, but wouldn't a lemonade sour be pretty good? I feel like they could kill it. A pink lemonade
Not
sour.
like a rattler though.
Kind of.
No,
I don't-
but
I see
I'm
where
saying
you're
if they
going.
could go like pink lemonade, but to the sour front as opposed to a radler front.
I always throw it out there because no one's done it right yet, and I think that they might be able to put some watermelon.
That's where that was my I thought that was the obvious one that
But
they hadn't done
can
yet.
you make watermelon sour be delicious?
I think the
though.
thing about watermelon is you have to remember, did we have a watermelon something there? Watermelon kiwi something?
the watermelon kiwi ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna put watermelon in a sour, you need a shitload of watermelon. Like it can't be because of what watermelon is.
Yeah.
To get that flavor, it's not like you're doing it with.
It's like a melon of water.
Yeah, you're not doing it with like a prickly. I mean, yeah. What do you want? No, but the point is, raspberry naturally lends itself to being in a sour.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know if watermelon does. So I feel like you really have to use the
Yeah,
shit.
but I
out
think
of
my top would be grape. I think grape would be cool.
Grape would be good.
I just want them to do I want weird sours. Give me a coconut sour.
Just
let's get crazy.
Hey, just
Get
go
freaky.
for it. Just
Yeah,
try
just go
something.
full send. We can get watermelon or coconuts from the county of Winnipeg.
I'm sure it's up in Morton.
Why would watermelons be?
Oh,
important?
because the Morden
coconuts.
Coconut Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, big draw every
Morton
year.
Coconut Festival.
Yeah, big draw every year.
I just want to apologize to everybody. This will be the last episode.
We're gonna come back with better.
We are overusing the shit out of that phrase.
Next segment's gonna be better. Hopefully, if Matt would get off his phone and Jordan wakes the fuck up.
I'm fucking here, man.
I'm not even on my phone.
You're looking at it unfortunately. Okay, we're gonna take a break.
You know what? The
Everybody
only
go take a
reason it's
piss.
bad is because you keep saying it's bad. It
You're
would
bad.
be bad if
You're
you're
bad.
bad.
You're
You're
bad.
bad.
You're
You're
bad.
bad. You're bad.
You're bad.
Oh, Michael, this is going to be fun to watch.
Why do you not have a shirt on?
Because it's fucking hot.
No, it's not. I keep my house at a crisp
No,
19.
the
I keep the studio. The studio.
The last few weeks, you've left the air conditioning on. It's been cold down here. So what do? I wear a bit of a sweater this week, but I like it cold. What do? You turn the air conditioning
Just
off.
trying to make everybody happy.
I was still
That
cold.
beer was
I'm
for
wearing a
that beer
sweater.
was for my reparations, Pat.
Oh my god.
I know, cute little
The
numbers.
cute little number.
Hey,
What
dear,
in the hell?
one great city.
One great
Figure
city.
it out and
Yeah,
put this
make more,
out en
make more.
masse.
Do not make us come with picket signs.
Don't be Barnhammer.
Oh my god, that's so good. Oh.
Whoa!
Everybody calm down, hit the table. It's okay. Anyways, we're back. Time for the weekly wrestling roundup. Kind of a so-so week in wrestling, eh? Am I right? Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't that great?
Fart noise.
Let's jump right into it, folks. We got NXT. We have this weird... Killer Cross and our boy Keith Lee. They're going to have a great match at TakeOver, right?
I hope so.
Hey, Matt, hang on. Matt's on his phone.
Get off your phone.
I am Instagramming.
Do it after!
Do it later.
Fine.
Jesus.
Anyway, Keith Lee and Killer Cross are going to have a great match, and we both agree. But the lead-up's been getting weird.
The fireball spot was so campy and great.
Like, does Killer Cross
Lame.
have powers?
Yeah, he does.
No, Scarlett had powers.
Scarlet has powers.
Does she?
But
Yeah.
I think that's what...
Pat, what does she do to you all the time?
I can't believe... Oh.
Sup,
I
baby?
didn't see where that was going.
Sup, baby?
So I think, okay, I know I said I disliked it earlier, but Matt made a great point. I think the idea of Karrion Kross just being like an ass kicker and Scarlett Bordeaux having some sort of low-key mystical bullshit,
Yeah.
I actually think kind of fits. And I hate that shit in wrestling.
Why do I feel
It's
like...
so late 80s, and I love
You know what
it.
I feel it is? I feel like it's like the opposite approach of Macho Man and Elizabeth. Elizabeth really didn't do anything.
She was just there.
Yeah. And I feel like Killer Cross is there, but he has great matches, so it's a little different. But Bordeaux is she's top notch, man. She's a great manager.
If Scarlett Bordeaux? Bordeaux.
Like the wine.
Bordeaux. If she comes out and goes, ooh, yeah, and does a spin with
in.
her
I'm
back,
all in.
I'd be super.
It would work. She'd make it work.
Yeah, but she just has her Instagram for that. We don't need that on the show.
Yeah. Great Instagram.
Wait a second. She did a Macho Man cover on her.
Oh
Instagram?
no, I just
No,
meant
no,
like
no, no.
I just meant like
Okay, so-
some photo shoots for research purposes.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes, yes. Research.
Research.
Yeah,
yes.
research.
Now, I got a question for you. Keith Lee versus Killer Cross. What's the outcome of that match at TakeOver?
It's a botch, not a botch finish, like a dusty finish. It's a schmoz.
So schmoz. And who
I-
comes out with the belt though?
I can't actively tell you a good finish.
I
Like
know
I feel like we're gonna watch it and it's gonna happen and we're all
Matt
gonna be
can
like,
attest
well,
to this. Matt's I'm pretty good at picking finishes,
Yeah, Pat can usually
yeah,
call
you've
it.
been right when we've watched
and
together
like
for the most part.
I have no idea.
I don't even know what the right thing to
I've
do
always
is.
felt this was too soon to do this.
I think Keith Lee is.
If someone shoves a gun to my head and makes me pick, I'm picking Karrion Kross. I think he's the guy
Really?
that
he can't lose.
And
He
here's
can't
the
lose
thing,
right
I
now.
think if you're Triple H, you put it on Karrion Kross because you don't want him to leave NXT. And I feel like if he doesn't have the belt, he's open to go. At any
I think
time.
Vince wants Keith Lee more than he wants Karrion Kross.
That's kind of why I'm
yeah.
thinking it's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah,
Karrion
you say
Kross.
that. I think Keith Lee in a no. So they're moving to the Amway Center. With
Whatever this fucking Thunderdome
this
thing
Thunderdome
is.
thing.
Welcome
I-
to the Thunderdome.
I think it's going to be kind of cool.
No, it's not.
No, it'll probably be super lame. But either way, I think Keith Lee can thrive in that kind of environment just because he does have. He has it.
He does, absolutely.
And I'm not saying Karrion Kross doesn't have it.
I think Vince can handle Keith Lee before he can handle Karrion Kross.
I think Keith Lee can come in and fill. We're not going to see Brock Lesnar. We're not going to see Roman Reigns for a little while.
Keith Lee is a Raw SmackDown talent right now. He's
Yeah.
clean cut. His mic work is simple, but it's somewhat engrossing.
Nobody
He's
jump on
good
me
in the
here.
ring.
Nobody jump on me here. I see Keith Lee,
No promises.
and I see
Your clothes are pretty nice now. So.
I see a
Sup.
toned down version of Hulk Hogan in his prime.
Woof. Yeah, I think are you going with like the wholesome aspect?
Yeah, like the old wholesome, bigger than life.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I can. Okay, you know what? I think it's
I don't
really
hate that
hard.
comparison.
I think it's really hard to gauge like those two eras and put
Yeah.
them together now. But like, I can understand where you're coming from
Yeah.
with that.
That was okay. Yeah.
I feel like Keith Lee is what they wanted Mark Henry to be.
Yeah, I can see. I can
Okay,
get
that's
on
a
board
little.
with
Yeah,
that.
they're
I
a
can get on board with
little
that.
hotter on that.
Another thing in NXT, Cameron Grimes qualifies for that North American ladder match. Hey, you know who has the worst name in wrestling? Cameron Grimes.
Free at last. Free at last.
That's a horrible name. He's got to fix that name.
I love his finisher. I think the cave-in is awesome. I do think the one downside is it's hard to hit consistently because I feel like he rolls off the guy's back every second time he does it.
Full disclosure, I have never watched a Cameron Grimes match.
You know why? I don't watch his matches because I don't like his name.
That's pretty. I mean,
That's damning.
I thought he won and now he gets to face.
This beer is fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my!
I thought he
God.
won and now he gets to face Prince. But I guess that's not what it was. Oh, speaking of which, sorry, let's transition to that. The guy who is Prince is
The
back.
Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
Oh, Pat didn't seem that excited.
It's the circumstances of him leaving just.
Oh,
Kinda,
you know what? Like,
They
they
did
have-
an investigation.
I know, but
did
like,
he get charged? No.
No,
I
but
don't
you
know
know-
what I'm supposed to like.
but you know what
Okay,
it is?
like
But,
I'm sorry. I don't
eventually,
know.
I'll forget about it. But like, he had so much steam, and then
Yeah.
that happened, and now it's like he's just there.
Yeah, and that's just the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
Like, it sucks in this climate. Like, and if he really didn't do anything and this happened to
Like,
him,
don't get me wrong. Was Velveteen Dream in my top 5 favorite wrestlers at the time when he was there? Yeah, I love the Velveteen Dream.
I think you'll see him climb back to
Give
that.
him 3 months. I bet you he'll be right back there.
Yeah, give,
The guy has too much charisma not to be.
Before you're done with, were you done with NXT?
Yeah.
Okay. The fact that we're not bringing up that Rhea Ripley is getting steady screen time is a travesty. The shit they put her in, bullshit. She should be champion
That's why I'm not
forever.
bringing it up. That's why I'm not bringing
No,
it up.
I know it's very upsetting.
Jordan, I hate to tell you.
No.
I'm gonna
No, I'm
I'm gonna
dying
do
on
this.
it. I'm dying
I'm
on the
gonna do this.
bandwagon. I'm dying on it.
She may be a tad overrated.
How? She put on a banger with Dakota Kai the last week.
Yeah, that was a good match.
It was a banger. No one else on the NXT roster who's a woman can do that.
Maybe it was the WrestleMania match, but I've just cooled on her. I've really cooled on
Yeah,
her.
it was the booking. It's
Yeah.
shit. But then she wrestles Dakota Kai, and you're like, oh, that's what... Like, that's the only match I've seen recently in the women's division
Rhea
at
Ripley-
NXT that looks like what NXT women's wrestling should be.
Right.
Shotzi Blackheart can't do it. Whatever Aaliyah is can't do it.
Shotzi
Like
Blackheart, she sucks.
she sucks.
She sucks.
No, it's true. Even Io Shirai can't do the stuff that.
Her, Rhea
Yeah.
Ripley, and Martinez,
Yeah,
they're gonna have a banger. Though.
I hope so
It's
because
gonna be
Yeah,
hard hitting. It will be.
it'll be hard.
They're-
hitting,
And I
but
hope that brings me back on board because I liked Rhea Ripley, and then that whole booking.
there's no reason Rhea
they're
should
gonna
be off
beat
the
the
front.
shit out of each other.
And if she goes, like, if Rhea loses to Martinez, just fucking leave and go to AEW. Like, just get the fuck out of there. Because I think
from a story perspective, her losing makes sense.
it's just, I know, it's just bullshit. Like, the company's pretty much just throwing the brakes on her for absolutely no good reason. And they had Charlotte drop it to Io Shirai,
like
who can't
20
cut a promo. Like,
She's
what
like
the fuck are
22
we
years
doing?
old. 23 years old.
I don't care.
Okay.
All right, Lil, fire in the kid now.
Move on.
Fire up!
So we'll move to Raw. I have 3 things I want to touch on Raw. First of all, we don't have to. We'll do a little prediction, but first things first. Dominic Mysterio, or whatever we call him, tough SOB. He
got
took a beating.
He gave it back to Seth this week. Okay, we're recording on Tuesday,
We know what happened on Monday. Yes.
but
The pictures after.
he got kendo stick. The last guy to get kendo stick like Dominic did was Xavier Woods.
If you're young and you're green, there's no better way to get up there than just to take a wicked ass kick.
And then you know what? That's so morbid in the wrestling minutes, but
And
that's
we're-
how you do it.
That's how you do it.
And in the pay-per-view we're going to review, you see that.
Yes, you do.
Because
I remember
there's a guy on this pay-per-view who has the last name McMahon who took the best shit kickings ever.
Yeah.
From
in a
someone,
horrible match,
from
yeah.
someone very kendo stick forward.
Yes. And Dominic took that like
Yeah,
a
he took it
champ.
like
Now we know Ray's going to be in his corner at SummerSlam.
Love it.
Who wins that match?
Dominic.
No,
Ray-
losing
no.
to Seth, impossible.
I think he's.
you can't bury Seth. With
No, I think
Dominic.
Seth wins.
I think
It's just how
Ray-
Seth
I
wins.
think he narrowly escapes with victory
okay, yeah.
because Dominic's not. He's not going to be around after SummerSlam. I don't think.
Do you think they're missing the boat a little bit with this Messiah gimmick? I think the Messiah gimmick might be one of the 3 best things in wrestling.
You know
right
what it
now.
is? I think the Messiah gimmick is hurt with no crowd. It's one of those gimmicks that needs a crowd. You need that boo. You need that. be able
God,
to
I
play
miss
off the
crowd so much because I
So
hate
much.
where Raw and SmackDown are going without it. And I don't watch it. I just like do quick catch ups, and I'm like, that sucks.
It's-
Like I watch parts.
I more and more am missing crowds because of the reactions.
Could
that
you
get.
imagine the pop if Randy Orton had RKO'd?
Randy Orton has been. We'll move to that now. Randy Orton has been straight, absolute
yeah,
goddamn.
he's been
fire.
a shining light.
And you know,
This
with
is,
the crowd,
this is
he'd be
the
even
best
better.
Randy Orton I have ever seen.
Yeah, because he's back to being
Legend
a
killer.
little bit
Yeah.
of legend kill. That was his best gimmick all time.
Hey, you're old. You used to be hot in the company. Come over. Randy's gonna kick you in the head and RKO you.
FYI, Shawn Michaels still takes a hell of a bump.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? You know what forgot to show up at the arena that night? Shawn
Shawn
Michaels' hairline.
hair. Wow.
I didn't see that.
Oh
it's-
my God.
It's gone. It's gone.
Maybe his eye was looking for it.
Let's just put it this way. He's not a sexy boy anymore.
Now I just gotta ask you, with
Ages
with Randy
undefeated.
Orton being unreal during this pandemic, can Drew McIntyre go over on him at SummerSlam?
Yes, but you can't stop a diabolical Randy. Randy has to go to like diabolical
He's gonna
levels.
get DQ'd.
Yeah. Oh no, I think Randy
You
has
don't
to.
think this is the end of the story between these two?
No, Randy has to go off the board diabolical. Like we need things that will like make us all sit up in our chair, and then Drew has to bring the same fire on the good guy side. They have to amp each. They have to do a big time amp.
I'm not gonna-
I don't see a better foil for Drew McIntyre right now than Randy Orton.
You know
I
what?
think they're going to have 3 bangers before this
I
is
think the
over.
only way that Drew goes over, like wins clean at SummerSlam, is if all these legends come back at SummerSlam and in some way play a part in the finish. Because then he gets screwed over and Randy comes
Doesn't
back.
that
and
feel
does-
lame? That does feel kind of.
That feels very WWE though.
Oh fuck! Does it ever?
Yeah.
Well, what was the third thing?
The thing Jordan's favorite thing of all time, Raw Underground. I just want to say, Raw Underground, whether you like it or you don't like it, it got like 3 people that got my attention 2 weeks ago, I guess, because Monday happened already. Riddick Moss looked like a monster when he was on Raw Underground.
Riddick Moss, if he could work a mic,
Yeah.
would be a star.
I'm gonna butcher his name. Arturo Ruja.
Oh, that big dude.
Yeah, he's no, that's not the big dude. He's a smaller dude. He's I think he's like a Muslim descent. He looks.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the third guy is Dabakota.
That's the big guy.
Monster, badass.
Put that big guy anywhere.
I'm not looking at Jordan because he's upset about it, and
You
I
know,
don't understand it.
On a weekend where we got to watch two of the greatest heavyweights
Did
of
Stipe
all...
win, by the way?
Yes,
He did.
Stipe.
Stipe.
After we got
From
to watch
frickin' Jersey.
arguably two of the best heavyweights, maybe the two best heavyweights ever fight in the UFC.
Oh.
We got to watch that.
Whoa.
I got to watch that. The privilege of watching those two guys fight for
Cabbage
real.
Carrera.
And how fucking dare you? And then I got on Monday to watch fake MMA with Shane McMahon somehow.
It's not fake MMA. It's underground fighting.
It's like Fight Club. It's fucking horrible.
You know what?
You know what I love? I love a gimmick that can put over Shayna Baszler's two people who've been in the WWE for 45 years
Jordan,
and can't
they have
figure it
to
out.
build those people, and this is how you do it. Whether you like it or not, WWE has been shitty at getting people over. This gets people over as tough guys.
Why are they releasing people like just pick a list of people who've been released over the years, yet we keep those two Shayna Baszler cronies around? Like, what are they
They're
there for?
green. They're just starting.
Because they have names.
No, they don't. Don't let them fool you with that shit. They were trashing the MMA world, and they
Doesn't matter though. They still have a name.
Even Shayna Baszler wasn't that.
I
good
know
of an
who
MMA
She's a
player.
journeyman MMA. She's.
I knew who Jessamine Dukes was before I knew who Shayna Baszler was.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yikes. Well, yeah.
And I'm not proud to say that.
As
but I'm
long
saying that.
as long as you guys enjoy it, because you will
I
never
just think-
catch me dead watching.
I just think as something
terrible.
different, as a story advancement, it's a good angle.
You know what? I don't like looking at you without a shirt on, but I do it every week, so I think you'll just have to deal with it.
I like looking at it.
So,
So, SmackDown was whatever. I just got one question for both of you. This is Retribution angle. Are we
Samoa
going?
Joe's the leader.
Oh
I was gonna say that was my
goodness.
question. I hope he is.
Samoa Joe's the leader.
And,
Bing,
like,
done. So easy
If
to
it's
see.
not Samoa Joe at this point, it is a letdown, and I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, Samoa Joe has to be the leader, and he's been pulling the strings the whole time from the side. I think that's
'Cause that
amazing.
seems like
and
It has to be somebody big. So Samoa Joe be fantastic. I wouldn't hate Corey Graves either.
I think that would be a really out of left field move if he was like, yeah, I think.
But I feel like he could.
Corey Graves is your Jim Ross for the next 30 years.
He's your Jerry Lawler.
Well,
Whatever.
the second he said I would utilize the small package after that hotel room bit, he instantly became someone who I could watch for the next 30 years. Like,
Yeah.
that was the funniest
Like,
thing
I
I've heard
think
in a
Joe
long
is
time.
getting more and more involved every week in story. It's got to be him.
It's got to be Joe.
Or they're swerving us, which I would love, and it'll be.
No, I don't want to be sorry. I love Samoa Joe so much.
I
he
would love
needs
next
something.
week if Retribution came out and beat the shit out of Samoa Joe.
Yes!
And it is,
Jordan! My
and
man!
it is Samoa Joe.
My man!
And it is Samoa Joe.
I wouldn't.
That's what I want. I want Samoa Joe to get.
I also-
I want even a little trickle. I want a little blood.
I even
A little
saw
blood.
on
The
the
rest of this,
internet.
you can have the rest of it.
Thank you.
I
I
even
want a
saw
little
on
blood.
the internet.
I'll change it here. I want-
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I want a little blood from
I want
Samoa
it, I
Joe,
want it.
and then a week later, or 2 weeks later, I want him to just come out of nowhere, and just.
I also
that's what I want.
saw a theory online that
Oh my God, this cute little number's amazing.
it's so good that maybe
Only it was
it's
12% alcohol.
Tommaso Ciampa and he comes out and ruins the main event at SummerSlam. McIntyre and Orton.
I would love that too. I would
Retribution's got
actually
to be
be okay
involved
with
in a
that
big
too.
way in SummerSlam. We've said it before.
Oh, they're going to be involved. They're going to have their fingerprints
We
everywhere.
know if it's Dominic Dijakovic, he will somehow find a way to lose.
Yeah.
So as long as it's Ciampa or Samoa or both.
Dominic Dijakovic needs to be the muscle in that group.
yeah.
he needs to be the
and with the new
gatekeeper
name, so
to-
I don't have to worry about saying
He
it.
needs to be
as
the
long as he doesn't
gatekeeper.
say feast your eyes anymore, because I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
that's a dumb gimmick.
It's a really dumb.
But he needs to be the heavy that you have to be. He's like the lead-in to the boss in a video game.
Are you calling him the gatekeeper?
Yes.
Okay. God, he's Clay Guida.
Yeah. So, hey, that's
He's Clay Guida,
the gatekeeper.
who I would
Clay
watch
Guida-
fight
Clay
every
Guida
time.
is the gatekeeper.
I was pumped when they had the UFC game and he was finally in it because his hair was shifting back and forth.
You know what's really disappointing every year is like waiting for the UFC Florida reviews to come out, and they're like, yeah, it's just as bad as last year. And you're like, God damn it! I want to. It hasn't been good since like Pride on PS2. That's a rabbit hole I'm gonna go down. Pat, carry on.
Okay, well,
AEW real quick.
AEW real quick.
Well, before that, SummerSlam and TakeOver 30 are this weekend.
We'll review it next week.
We will
yeah.
review that next week. We're not in the predictions business. We give you a little bit But
Yeah,
let's
because
go AEW.
I feel like we could do. I feel like we try to do more. What should they do?
Yeah.
If we did
Yeah.
what will they do, I think we'd just get depressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we move to AEW now. They're actually this week and not going to be on Wednesday. They're actually going head to head with
Takeover.
Takeover, which is smart. Good
Well,
counter programming.
Hey, do it. They've done it to you how many times?
But they're not doing it on purpose. They got bumped.
Well, whatever.
I would be very.
If they went unopposed on Wednesday,
But that's the thing. I'm interested to see NXT's numbers unopposed. I'm interested to see if they go up or not.
I think they will.
Yeah, but that's going to be key to see. Like, are you splitting your audience or is it different?
Yeah. But so I'm a belt guy. Matt, you're a belt guy too.
Yes.
How do we feel about the new TNT title?
It's way better than the old one.
Oh my god, it's so
It's
cool.
still not my
I don't like the red.
favorite.
The red's not for me.
We're waiting.
It's different.
Yeah, it's like shinier.
Look it up. It's got gold on it now. It looks really cool.
I honestly didn't notice.
Jordan, I'm starting to think you don't even watch.
No, I do, but like,
Cody made a huge deal about
Yeah.
it.
what? Cody went on a knee and like kissed his fist and then looked at the sky and then
he
ran
kissed the belt.
sideways
I
at
will
the
not let you
crowd.
talk about Cody Rhodes like that.
You can
His
talk
name's
about
Cody.
Rhodes.
His name's Cody.
Anyways.
Cody.
Matt, your thoughts on Push Scorpio Sky falling flat and being DOA?
More like Scorpio ground.
Ooh, nice. Nice pun.
Scorpio buried.
Oh,
Mark
that must sting.
Mark my words, Scorpio Sky will be a big deal. He's going to, I think, and I say this about a lot of guys, I think Scorpio Sky, if he were to turn heel and have a good mouthpiece, Scorpio Sky could be a hell of a talent.
Question is Matt's Rhea Ripley Scorpio Sky?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good to find who Pat's Rhea Ripley Scorpio Sky is, but yeah,
I only pick winners, so.
No, that's a lie.
that's not true.
Anyways, well,
You bet on yourself every day.
we're not. Oh, glad to see you got some life in you now. Half the listeners tuned out after the first segment. But MJF had another fire promo. We're not going to touch on it. It's just like every week he's doing it. Like,
Isn't it great that we don't have to touch on it because we just expect him to be fucking
Yeah.
gold?
like we'll talk about when it's bad.
I mean, the worst part of the whole
Will
bit
it be,
was
though?
the worst part of the whole bit was Moxley just showing up in general.
Okay, I'm not
We're
even
gonna
going to
leave
go
it.
there.
We're gonna leave it. The tag team appreciation promo. We had our little flight and a pint last week. Well, Rock and Roll Express. We told Jordan they can still go. You saw one eye looking one way.
I told you, that was
and
something.
then you saw them get their ass kicked by
I can't
FTR.
believe they took that like that. The fact that they're taking pile drivers like
No,
that
you know what?
is insane.
I was not surprised because they still do shit like that all the time.
Okay, but they
insane.
also, that shows how much
Trust.
how good trust and how good FTR is that these older guys are like, yeah, we'll take a spike pile driver from
Yeah,
you.
he's one Owen Hart pile driver away from just being
Exactly, but no, FTR, yeah, do it to us, please.
done.
Yeah,
Owen Hart, R.I.P.
yeah. But
I mean-
it was fun, and I think it's going right. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be chugging a beer.
You think Kenny? Okay, so
Kenny's-
I'm pulling back a bit now because I
So
feel
I
like
said what? October?
I'm gonna have to go back and check the tapes. I think I said
You were the soonest.
I was the
You were
soonest,
September.
and that's why I'm
I was
saying
October, you were
I think
November.
it's gonna pull back now. I think it's gonna go November. Because I
think so?
I thought the Marco stun punching was the top. Like I thought that when that happened, I'm like, it's happening right away. And I feel like the last few weeks, it's almost like they've needed to shift plans because they have something else in the bank and they're pulling back. Like I
They're
feel
gonna
like
lo- they're gonna
he's
lose
being less heel, but I'm gonna
They're
throw
going to
something.
lose the belt stuff to you.
I'm gonna throw something subtle at you. Kenny had different trunks this week.
You notice that? You don't notice the different damn belt?
Well, yeah, because he was pointing at the trunks the whole time. No, but
course he was, of
But
course
here's
he
why.
was.
Kenny, for the last few weeks, has worn his like anime, like wow, right? This week he goes black with royal purple. That's very close to cleaner country.
done that 2 weeks in a row, I
I
think.
think he's gearing up, like no pun intended, but I'm happy with what I did there. But I truly think he's like I thought the Marco stunt thing was here goes the roller coaster, and I don't know if they've pulled back or not, and I do think heel Kenny's coming. I just don't think it's going to be so soon. Like, I think I'm going to get away. I'm not going to be drinking. I think it's going to be longer than that. I think it's going to be one of you two.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen. Did we say before September or in September?
in September.
Okay, so
It was always in the month.
I think I'm going to be clear. Like, I think...
No. If he turns in November, you guys chug, and I don't.
Okay, wait, how did
Yeah.
we do this? Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
what it
can
was,
you
yeah.
run it back for me?
So if he turns in September, me and
Yes.
Pat chug. If he turns in October, you and Pat chug.
And okay.
And if he turns in November, you
Okay,
and
so
I.
And if
I'm-
it doesn't turn in
I'm-
November, then who cares?
I'm decent. Maybe we
If it
should
goes past November,
we should all chug.
Oh, AEW should chug on that one.
Yes, but I would say like I'm slightly worried about October. I don't think it's going to be as soon as you think. I think they're pulling the
Because we
handbrake.
said All In is at the beginning of September. I think it'll be slow.
Or I think it'll be
after that.
at All In. I think like All In is where
Big
we
things
see
will
the
happen.
big fracture.
Yeah.
And then we won't see but I guess that counts as the turn. I don't know. We'll have to decide what counts as a turn, but I watch every week to see if Kenny turns. Like that's how interested I am.
Yeah.
If he goes
You know what,
if he goes North American heel and he can do it, I'll be psyched.
You know what I tuned in to watch and was very underwhelmed?
Ring of Honor?
Orange Cassidy against Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's going to go to a third match, and it's going to be a stip match in a cage or something, but
they're not doing a good job of putting him over. They're taking him away from what he was and what he is. Why people
But you know
love
what?
him and
You know
why
what I
he's
think-
such a walking
you know what I think is a
Twitter.
detriment? It's
He's
a
a walking
detriment.
retweet, and you're taking him away
the
from
detriment to that is I don't know if Jericho personally knows how to get this character over.
It's
It's
yeah,
a tough
I don't
one.
know
It's
if
probably
it's
the
been done
toughest
before.
character to get over in wrestling.
I'll tell you how to get him over. Don't have him wrestle.
But we're past that now. We're too far.
I
now.
know.
think,
we are,
do we
but-
think the only thing that can save this is he goes over on Jericho and maybe we're a little like meh, and then I'm dying hard on this. He wins the title and doesn't want an angle. I feel like even though that devalues
I
your
think we're past that.
I think there's
we're
two
past
things. I think there's two things that
damn,
happen.
I thought that was so good.
It was. It was
Two things that happen. He wins the third match against Jericho, saying that they have one, and he goes on and does the title belt thing. Or Jericho absolutely destroys him, hurts him in some way. He's off TV for a couple months and comes back, and he can go back to being the usual Orange Cassidy.
Okay, so here's why here's why I have trouble with all of that, and I don't disagree. I almost don't know what they're gonna do. That's the problem. You've built all this building for him, and you're gonna put him off TV for a few months. Like then you've just killed
No,
him.
not a few
Then,
months.
then you're
But-
putting over Jericho.
Yeah, and so but here's the other side now. Let's say
which is the exact opposite of what AEW should be.
and now let's say Cassidy wins, right? Well, if his next step is what? He's not gonna. What is he gonna be? The heel against Cody? No. Is he going to?
No, but I think Cody's moving to a heel turn too.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's too
I
early.
think
but he
Cody
has
will
to.
be with Tully Black.
I think we're getting a Horseman.
Remember Ring
type
of
deal.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're getting.
Remember Ring of Honor Cody when he was just like,
Yeah.
like that's
Well, he was
peak
in the Bullet
Cody.
Club. That was Bullet Club.
But that's peak Cody. Heel Cody is peak Cody. Heel,
I think
Cody is as
he's
good
a
as
be- he's
MJF.
a
He's
He's
as
a
good as MJF
He's a
as
better
a heel.
heel than he is.
But everybody, I feel, is a better heel than a babyface. Being a babyface is so
No,
hard in
no,
2020.
Being a babyface is
I disagree.
because being a heel is almost being a babyface.
Yeah, but being a heel, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Babyface, you're in a box.
I don't know. I think you can be a badass, but I think like badass babyface has been done. Like John Moxley is. Just
I
Stone
think where
Cold
we're
again.
going, I want to see it because we see all these guys scouting in the stands, like Tully's scouting in the stands. You get like a Four Horsemen type faction.
It would make
and they're so bad they're cool.
It
kind
would
of
make sense if it was like Sean Spears,
Cody,
Tully, Arn.
Tully Arn, and then you get two younger talents in there. A tag team. You get FTR.
Okay, so who? No, I don't think it'll be a tag team.
No, I think it is. You do.
So you have two heel factions. You have them in the inner circle.
But they're you. I don't know how you work that.
Maybe the
but,
TNT Championship runs one group,
Yeah.
and then the other one runs
like
the
because
other.
you have your top one and your I can see that.
Well, okay. So who would you like to wrap up this segment?
I'm
before-
intrigued by all this.
Yeah,
by the
but
way.
I know. Before we move on to the retro review, who would be the other two?
It's FTR.
That's the only one that makes sense.
Because you go back to the Horsemen, it was two singles and a tag team.
Yeah.
So you get Sean Spears as your lower mid card guy, you get Cody as the leader, and you get FTR as the tag team.
See, what if they don't do it as a heel though? What if they do it as a face team?
But it's not going to be heel
The,
face.
hor-
It's
the
gonna be
Horsemen,
cool.
in
Horsemen
my
are just
opinion,
cool.
they were always heels, air quotes.
So they were just badass heels,
But
or badass faces.
people loved the Horsemen.
Yeah.
Everything they did was heel, but they loved the Horsemen. Like
We got deep in the weeds on there, boys.
Yeah, no, we ran long. That's on me.
I appreciate you guys coming in for the second segment, but it's a shame no one's going to hear it
I needed a beer. Why?
because they all tuned out at the
I
first.
needed a
segment.
beer. It's been a long day. Well, you all have jobs. You get it. This is your escape. It takes a second. All right, you think we just turn it on and magic happens?
is this where
no.
we whisper into the mic?
He's all in on the ASMR. Okay, we're gonna take a little break. What the fuck does ASMR stand for?
Shut up. We're gonna come back.
Active silence, minimal resistance.
We are gonna come back.
That's a cool band name.
Oh my God, Jordan, shut the fuck up.
Do you think that's like a heavy metal?
Okay, we're gonna do SummerSlam 2000. We come back, kill it.
This is dangerous, JR. This is real dangerous.
All right, and we're back. Now, Jordan has purchased and given all three of us something called a Hoppy Pollinator from Rebelling Brewing Company.
Pat, would you like to read the details on the can?
Why does it say 14% alcohol?
Because we're about to drink a Jordan mead. This is
Are
a
these
mead.
meads?
This is a mead
Can't get
from.
the can open.
This is a mead. I can't open the.
This is a mead?
This is a mead from Rebellion Brewing Company.
It smells
Oh,
nice.
Out of
it
Regina.
smells sweet.
It's a sweet 14% beer, and the color is gorgeous. It's like a honeycomb.
Looks like gold.
All right, so I'm gonna actively look at everyone's first sip. Pat first. Sorry for the silence. Pat's really trying to consider his entire life here.
Tastes like honey.
Tastes like honey. Matt.
Yeah, it's like honey with like booze.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's very heavy honey.
I decided tonight we'd finish the. I'm probably gonna cut almost all of this out because that was a lot of silence. But the point is that this is a 14%. This is probably the first beer we've really mentioned on here, not from Winnipeg, but it's a special case because it's a 14% mead out of Regina.
I don't know what I think about this.
Yeah, I know how I feel about it. I'm gonna drink the whole thing and let you know.
The first time I drank it, like, can you see why I would love this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
It's sweet, and you have 3 of these, and you're like, wee! Like, you are in a hell of a headspace. But it does get heavy after a while. Like, when this gets real heavy after a few.
Yeah, because I'm going to put it with peanut butter later on my toast.
And it's not even as sweet as the B-Boys.
Which I have been...
B-Boys was bananas.
I have been putting off trying that.
I'm
Oh,
just
man.
terrified to try that. It's a dessert beer. You
Yeah.
have one.
Well,
Yeah, you have
while
one.
we drink this 14%er, let's do this. We're doing our retro review. Welcome back, retro review. We missed you last week. We are doing SummerSlam 2000, baby.
Oh, is that-
And
Hi, Dusty.
hi, Dusty. Welcome back. And I haven't said this in a week, so excited to say, hey Matt, why don't you dial it up, dumbass?
All right, SummerSlam 2000 was August 27th, 2000, from Raleigh, North
No,
Carolina.
you fucked it up. It's Raleigh.
I heard Raleigh.
He said Raleigh.
Okay, now you're just.
I said it like that the road. Raleigh, North Carolina.
It's
Wine and dine with kings and queens. Anyways,
And it was from the Raleigh. I'm just going to say it like that because I don't know if I'm saying it right. Entertainment and Sports Arena.
call.
So, Wikipedia says
I love
17
my favorite part every week of the retro reviews is the attendance. It's always disputed.
Wikipedia and ProFightDB said
Two sources.
Multiple
Wow.
sources.
said 17,002.
Oh.
Those two people.
JR
Hey.
on the broadcast.
Do your research, man. Do your research.
JR, my knees hurt from playing mini sticks with my kids. Man, do they hurt.
This whole episode's
What
going
an
off the rails.
aside. What a random ass. Okay, so like,
But JR said several times on the broadcast that there was 18,128.
so you know what gets me? It's like I love how one time it was like officially like an even number. It was like 15,000. And this time it's like 7,002. So it's almost like they got to 17,000. They were like, "Oh fuck, Bob and John aren't in here. Bob,
hey,
John,
but hey,
get
Matt-
in here."
$1 million gate.
In $1.1 million
I believe that.
That's a big gate. Can I just say I love the SummerSlam 2000 logo. Big fan of those S's.
I'm also a huge fan of the intros for WWE at this time.
Yeah, great work.
2000, 99, 2000, 2001. Absolute fire intros.
The 2000s only had one better S, and it was that one that you could draw without ever disconnecting a line.
Yeah, I know
You
what
guys
you're talking
know
about, but you're digging, man.
I don't know.
Anyways.
it's a retro review.
Our first match of the night.
Now Kyle's gonna be like, "Oh, it's my favorite part of the podcast.
Shut up, Kyle.
It's when Jordan's jokes bomb. Durr. I'm Kyle."
No, and by the way,
He
because
doesn't
he
listen to this.
asked, shut up, Brendan.
Oh yeah, shut up, Brendan. Even though he doesn't listen.
Yeah, clearly. Anyways, the first match, lead off the night, tag team, or three-way. Three-way. Three on three?
Three on three.
Right to censor. One of my low-key favorite.
Their gimmick was
You're
great.
gonna have to censor that three-way.
Right to censor against Too Cool and
Oh, no, you
Rikishi,
didn't.
who was on Jordan's tag team flight and a pint list, which was absolutely atrocious.
Oh, I should have had them with Mandy and Victoria.
Yeah, so
Damn
anyways,
it.
I'm just saying, right away, The Good Father may be the laziest booking name of all time.
No, it's hilarious. Someone in the back was like, "You don't be fucking like that's a you know what that is? That's a high idea. That's a high idea.
Hey, man.
Yo, you don't
Well,
be
and
fucking
The Godfather's
funny.
always high. He was like, Vince, man, instead of The Godfather, call me The Good Father. That's such good shit.
I like how the other two are like, you keep your normal names, but you.
And I love during this whole thing, the attitudes here. I love that the hoes were a thing.
I
That was
also
so terrible.
I also hate, and I'm gonna say I hate it. How much women got pushed by men
that was
on this
so
pay-per-view?
So doesn't age well.
This does not age
not
well
age
at
well.
all.
I think a lot of wrestling doesn't age
No.
well. It's a very in the moment consumed
but hey,
product.
one
Good Father absolutely
but it was
blows up a hoe.
Yeah, but one of the hoes.
The
Kevin
Dudley
was saying
Boys,
this.
you say? What up, the Dudley Boys,
Can we,
you
just,
say?
can we just say that like I have to say hose during this part? So one of the hoes was Victoria.
Victoria.
So she was taking all the bumps. She could
Disavowed.
bump. She was a wrestler.
She was
Victoria,
good.
I think, Victoria was, for sure.
It was insane how over Too Cool was in this match.
It's absolutely
Well, there's
ridiculous.
a reason they're one of the top 5 Jordan tag teams of all time.
I can't.
But you're not wrong though.
Matt,
They,
Matt, this review is going to be so good because Jordan's engaged apparently now.
yeah, because you watched this one, and we're gonna find out why.
Yeah, I've actually,
Did you, Matt? Did you like the finish? I liked the finish.
I thought it is appropriate. It was
Yeah.
a chicken shit finish.
Yeah.
Steven
Right, the Sensor
Richards.
wins. They needed a little key. They needed a little build up.
It made sense. You know what I found hilarious in this match though? How little control the ref had.
The refs had no control all night.
This
We're gonna
was
get
terrible.
we're gonna get to the Undertaker and Kane match.
Oh my God.
It wasn't even a match, so
What's
we'll talk
the
about
bell never rang.
Yeah. So Meltzer gave this 1.1 out of 5. What did you give it, Matt?
I gave it a 1.5. I like this match.
I was close. I gave it 1.3 out of 5.
1.3. We're gonna go back to those.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking it, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
You thought it was fun.
You know what, I actually, when he was rating the beer, I was like, why didn't he make, oh, that's the retro view. That's the retro view.
And then
Yeah.
as I move along, we get the weirdest booking of the night. The Road Dogg and X-Pac are both in D-Generation X.
They were,
And
they're
they're
the last
feuding?
two members.
They're feuding
Yes, they were.
because they're friends and they want to see who's better. Is that correct?
Not digging this beer, Jordan.
Yeah, I know. I'm not really a fan of it, Jordan. It's
real
different.
sweet.
It's
you
a
know,
little. It's a little.
you
too
know,
honey.
folks, let me tell you what this is. It's 14%.
It's not even that. It's just the honey part.
Yeah,
too honey.
it's sweet.
It's
Yeah.
It's real sweet.
Yeah, you know, so
Like, I'm gonna drink it.
Here's the thing: we can spend all day talking about 7% IPAs, or when someone decides to bring out a bazooka, you either drink it like a man or you don't.
And you know
So
what?
I'm gonna sit over here and finish like I usually do, 2 or 3 of these in a night, and you guys can buckle the fuck up. All right,
Okay, so
so
try-
let's keep it
know
moving,
what?
baby.
Let's go.
Retro review.
I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna drink this beer as the same way I sat through this horrible fucking match. Because at one
Actually,
point,
shout out to Pat for going from the cute little number to this, because that's a hell of a
So,
job.
and the worst part of this match is when Lawler says everybody is interested in this match, and I looked at the screen and went, "I disagree, sir."
Wholeheartedly. So what?
Live tweets Jerry Lawler.
What's
Excuse
amazing
me.
is they go and do a couple of good like off the ropes sequences, and then what do they hit off the ropes? So they're
Best move.
a sleeper, a fucking
Fucking
sleeper.
sleeper. I knew it. I didn't even. By the way, I didn't watch this match. I literally was like, no, I'm not watching this. And I love how predictable it was that you went, do you know what they fucking hit? And I'm like, yeah, I sure do.
And you know what? The best part about this was 2 matches in 2000, 2 matches in a row, clean finishes.
I have a question.
this-
Why are we
yeah,
spending more
but there
time
was
on
a
this
logo.
match than the first one?
Because we're not. We're just powering
Because we
through
talked
this
about the beer,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
X-Pac wins this match over the Road Dogg, so that
and then cuts a promo,
sure.
which is
I skipped it.
which is not good.
Meltzer gave it 3/4 of a star out of 5. What'd you give it, Matt?
I gave it 0.5.
I was close. I gave it 0.4 out of 5.
0.4. Right?
Meltzer robbing the Pat Gagne rating system at the 0.75.
And then we get. If you thought
Here
the
we go.
booking-
Now we're
If
getting
you
good.
thought the booking in that last match was terrible,
Now
let's
we're
get
now we're getting fun.
Intercontinental Mixed Gender Tag Match.
Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. The
Ages
belt
like
was
a
on
fine
the line.
wine, baby.
Val Venus is the champion. He is teaming up with Trish Stratus, who, shout out Trish Stratus, straight fire.
Also,
Support Canadian content.
terrible heel.
Oh yeah,
Terrible
So the
deal.
whole premise of this match is it's those two against China and Eddie because he had the whole Latino heat thing going, which was peak Eddie so good.
No, Peak Eddie was
I
live
knew
cheat
it.
and steal.
That's
Eddie.
true. But so So anyway, so what happens in the match is...
And I can drink anything.
Drink it. Matt's pushing the beer away
Can't do
like
it.
a baby back bitch.
So now everybody is going to buckle up here. So what the match
I'm not
is...
going to be able to drive home if I have to drink all your pollinators.
I'm gonna
I
drink
bought
it.
it for you. It was
I'll
$11
drink
a
it.
pop.
I'll drink it.
Drink it.
Jordan.
Sorry.
Enough.
Sorry.
Enough.
Sorry. It's been a long day.
So Val Venus is the Intercontinental Champion, and he's with Trish, and he is facing Chyna and Eddie Guerrero. So the whole part of it is Eddie or Chyna could become Intercontinental Champion if they pin one of the two people on the other team.
Whoever pins whoever
I have a
wins the
question.
belt.
Does that mean Eddie could have pinned Trish Stratus?
Yes.
Oh,
And
that
become Intercontinental.
seemed like the way to go.
So yeah.
So here's my question: if Trish had pinned somebody, did she become Intercontinental Champion?
Yeah, that's the
No.
rule.
It was just she was helping him defend.
This stip is awful.
This is the most confusing
But can I tell you
step.
right now? All four of these people peak physical condition.
Oh, this was.
Oh, this was fun to look at.
Why wasn't Val Venus a bigger deal?
The gimmick pigeonholed him.
The gimmick kept him on the roster, but it kept him where he was on the roster.
Because
We're gonna
man,
get
this guy
champion.
looked like $1 million.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. I think Val might have gone like, well, this is my gimmick,
Oh,
and I'll be on
and he
TV.
was
all
a
I can-
bumping machine.
All I could think of...
I mean, China looked
Wasn't
great.
he in Right to Censor?
Yeah.
He goes there.
Eventually. Okay, so
After this, he
The
goes
thing
there.
that bothered me in this whole match is China's wrestling for the Intercontinental title. If I'm booking WWE, WWF, whatever, China should be your women's champion for like 10 years. No one touches her, and then whoever beats her goes over like crazy. She should be the women's champion, but I guess she didn't want to wrestle women for some reason.
Well, they took her out of that, I feel like, because of that. They were like, well, she wrestles women. It's not believable that a woman can beat her.
that's their fault, though.
That's their
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah, but it's just that's one of those like what if things where I feel like, can you imagine if China was around today? You know, like that's the thing. It's like, what if
she
China was
before
here?
her time.
Yes,
Before her time.
China was maybe the most influential woman.
Well, and hey,
Yeah.
Woman? Is that must I say that right?
Yeah.
In wrestling
She
history.
paved the way. Like there was the Sables and the Sunnies, but then there was the Chinas of the
Yeah,
world.
and it took. By the way, there was China's, and then I would argue 15, 16 years later, we finally got what China kind of was going towards.
That's not fair. I think you got your good workers. Like Ivory was a good worker. Jacqueline was an underrated worker.
Yeah, but what was that? Like, was that?
That was Attitude
But I'm
Era.
saying like on mass, it was really the diva era.
Yeah, like
it was like Paige.
Yeah,
kind
The
of.
women's revolution came in.
It was like
you put,
Paige-ish, right?
you
Even
plot-
though it had a butterfly
yeah.
belt, which kind of shorted it. But
you plop China
now
in there with like
Charlotte, that's my first
Charlotte.
thought. Charlotte,
because
Rhea Ripley.
you put China now.
don't do this. To
I
me.
know,
Put
I'm
China
sorry.
in now, and she's forced to become a better worker, and I think that elevates her a little bit.
Even though, like, I will say Val Venus made her look like
No, Val Venus is underrated.
star.
Great. He's amazing.
I mean, good for Val. You know what? I always respect a wrestler who just knows what he is on the roster,
Yeah.
right? He knows like,
And you know what?
I'm the eighth hitter who's got to lay down a bunt.
And you know what
Fuck
it
it.
is though? They respect those guys, and you know what? He didn't take the pin. Trish took the pin. China becomes Intercontinental Champion.
and Eddie's super pumped
Is
for her
super pumped.
because Eddie's a company guy and just
Meltzer,
Eddie's great.
Meltzer gives it a 2 out of 5. What'd you give it, Matt?
I gave it 2.5. I actually
I was close to 2.5. I gave it 1.8.
that's not close at all.
I forgot to rate it.
Jordan, you're not even in this.
No, I watched it this time. Okay, fine. Fuck. No, yeah, I don't want to rate it.
You can talk
Okay.
about the TLC match.
So they start showing over the course of the night. They show a lot of this love triangle between Triple H, Kurt
It
Angle.
was too much. It was too much.
And see, I thought this was really good stuff. As Vince McMahon would say, "This is good shit." But can I just say, Stephanie McMahon as an actor has come a long way.
As a what?
As an actress,
And also, you say actor now.
Stephanie McMahon in 2000 would not have even been on the worst soap opera on television. And then we go to Jerry Lawler.
Fuck this podcast
Versus
escalating
Taz.
quickly. We're not gonna be able to leave right away. We're gonna have to wait. Like we're gonna drive home safely.
We have Taz against Jerry Lawler. And the lead up was pretty. I actually enjoyed the lead up.
I wrote nice little build on this one.
You know what I don't like though? I don't like the Bell's palsy shots at Jerry.
No,
I'm not a big fan.
he doesn't deserve that.
No, he's a good guy.
He's talked about he's talked about recently really being unhappy with that.
Yeah.
Really.
He put up a lot of shit when he was with Vince.
Yeah, because there was a Twitter exchange I think recently. Not the one where he got real thirsty the other day, but the one.
Props to JR, man.
Oh, shoot your shot, JR.
Go for it.
I mean, this sweet lady. I mean, anyways, so no, but JR said recently. I think someone was like, "Well, you could have turned that down," and he just wrote, "That's not how it works there." And
that's not how it works in that business. No.
I think in AEW it does.
AEW, but he also has.
But I don't think that would not. So. But that would also never be brought up in AEW. That's not their.
No, they're a wrestling show.
Yeah.
Anyways, stay focused, guys. All I'm saying is Jerry Lawler is always impressed me because he is the most self-made important person in wrestling history.
Yeah, and also Jerry Lawler.
God in Memphis.
Jerry Lawler, like he can go.
Sort of.
Where do you want him to go?
Shut up, Drew. These types of matches though, like he goes in, he puts on a pretty good show. Do you know
does have the worst pile driver of all time? Though.
Yes. How old was Jerry Lawler in 2000? Do you know?
He's 60 at least.
In 2000, he was 51. How old's Taz now?
51.
51.
Taz looks horrible for 51.
So
no,
put Taz in a match
for 51.
Boy,
hold on.
Yeah, but he's been a big.
Join.
Okay, you can't stop me every time we're gonna talk.
Put Taz in a match now.
He
could not have the match Jerry Lawler had.
I think Taz was a lot more physical for a lot longer though.
Taz's neck's messed up too. He can't wrestle anymore.
Well, that doesn't shock me one bit.
Totally different styles.
Yeah.
But it was still impressive to me.
It was a good match. I enjoyed the match.
Yeah, and you know what? You knew JR was going to smash him with that.
Yeah.
And the refereeing, again, suspect.
Atrocious.
How do you not see all the glass everywhere?
Wait, in wrestling?
I know, right?
Huh.
I was listening to Mike Chioda's. I know, I'm going back to June here.
Wait, tell him to stop then. This is Tangent City.
This beer is ridiculous.
Isn't it great? I can feel it already. Like, I'm already buzzing.
Taz no-selling the pile driver, though, and like jumping up and giving the finger going, fuck you!
Yeah, that was great. Jerry Lawler wins the match, though.
Yes,
a little help of the assist from JR. Meltzer gave it 1.25 out of 5. What'd you give it, Matt?
I gave it a 1.5.
I gave it a 2.4. I actually enjoyed it.
You gave it a 2.4.
I enjoyed it. The shit out of it.
A little entertainment value there, Mr. Guy.
I enjoyed it. I really
Patty entertainment value.
If I were to bump it up, it would be because Jerry Lawler called the rest of the card. He literally finished his match.
In his suit or like?
No, I was uncomfortable because Jerry Lawler had no shirt on the rest of the night. It was very uncomfortable for me.
Ah, damn it.
Even Jordan put on a shirt now.
Because it's cold in here now, eh?
Well, it's about fucking time.
Yeah, so
roller
next
coaster
match,
basement.
Next match, we might get a little contentious here, Matt. We have Shane McMahon.
I need to flip my book. I don't know what it is.
We have Shane McMahon, the hardcore champion.
Let's go.
Against Steve Blackwood.
Hashtag Shane falls off shit.
All I have to say about this match.
There's a decent chance that people are going to demand we drink one of these beers every week because shit has hit the we've hit the accelerate button.
So anyways, all I have to say, Matt, is this is one of those matches where as an older person, I remembered it without watching it, and I thought it was way better. I did not enjoy the match. It made no sense. And it was weirdly booked, and it was just lead up to Shane falling off something.
Okay. So
Hasn't
how
that
is
been Shane's gimmick?
No,
for
but
the
I feel
last
like the rest of his matches are okay.
So how is this weird? So it's an actual hardcore match, which is awesome because those matches were ridiculous.
Nice to see nowadays, I guess.
Shane runs around, gets the crap kicked out of him.
Yeah, that's all he did the whole match.
He sells his butt off. He takes a great shit kicking. And you see a little bit of personality from Steve Blackman, actually.
Yeah, you know what, though? This was like a really classic hardcore match for Attitude Era. It had run-ins, weapons, and zero logic.
It had logic. Where was there no logic?
Why did he climb up the thing?
To get away from Steve Blackman.
Can we describe what the thing is
The
for the listener?
Titantron.
Thank you.
Why? Just run
Wait,
away.
was this the one where he jumped off it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, one of
Damn it, I
20
should have
where he
watched
jumped
this
Matt,
off.
if he wants to get away from somebody, just run. Don't climb something where you have nowhere to go.
I forgot this
I think he thought Steve Blackman was tired and wouldn't be able to climb.
The match wasn't that long.
I'm so mad. I skipped this
This
match
was the
because I
fastest.
forgot.
This was the fastest 10-minute match I've
It was
ever
so
watched.
fast. I mean, Meltzer gave it 2.25 out of 5. What'd you give it?
I gave it 2.5.
I give it a 0.9.
0.9.
I just wasn't super into it. I remembered it to be better than it was.
Shane falling off stuff is always entertaining.
Oh, that was the entertaining part. That's why it went to a 0.9. It was going to be a 0.
Okay. Before we go to the next match,
Okay.
because I know the next match.
The next match is a real match.
It's a real match, and I know you're going to talk about a certain supplement company that we really love.
No,
on the
you
show.
don't know that.
I do know that because you texted me earlier.
Big disavow in the next match.
But the security guard that worked for WWE,
Oh, the Juice Monkey? I mean, sorry, the Ike Pro guy?
Dan Dotson.
He's dead now, eh?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. That was a big man.
Talk about
He
having to
loved-
Google something.
I think Vince paid him in Ike Pro.
Had to be. Had to be.
He walks around, and I'm like, when he's in the crowd
I'm sorry,
in
what was
2000,
his name?
Dan Dotson?
That's the name of the guy who was the auctioneer from
Storage
from
Wars.
Storage Wars?
No.
Are we sure that's the right name?
That's not the same guy.
I googled it and I'm like, is that the same guy?
By the way, him and his wife, Dan Dotson and his wife, they have some crazy relations.
Oh yeah, no, they are.
Anyways.
Anyways,
But he walks through the crowd, though, and, like, you're like, I wouldn't mess with that guy.
I thought he was going to be a wrestler the whole time.
Me too. And apparently never wanted to be.
do you mean Jim Dotson?
That's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got names
Yeah.
on. First names are hard.
Because can you imagine if like Don Dotson, it's like first he was
It
a
was
WWE
Dan.
security
It was
guy,
Dan.
and now Dan, yeah,
Okay, guys,
and
guys,
now
let's not get too hot in the rabbit hole because, like, this episode's going to go long and it shouldn't go long.
you know what, Pat, you're getting a little pissy.
I am right now.
Okay, so Benoit and Jericho.
Benoit and Jericho, Ike Pro forever. Just
on
Benoit.
Benoit.
Just Benoit.
But can this match...
Can I just say it before we go forward?
Yeah.
Disavow.
Yeah.
Yeah, big disavow.
Can this match be bad, though?
Yeah, you know what?
It wasn't as good as I thought it was.
You know
gonna
why
be.
it wasn't good? Time. They
Yeah.
didn't give it time. They gave it 2
And
out of
you're-
3. How long was it?
2 out of 3 falls match, and they gave it 13 minutes.
Yeah, that's too short for 2 out
You
of 3.
need at least 20 minutes for
They
2
could
or
have
3.
let them have a good one fall match for 13 minutes.
You
Yeah.
don't think you can have a good 10-minute 2 out of 3 falls, like just hot and heavy 10
But
minutes?
that's what
let's
they did, but
fucking go.
everything felt rushed, and I felt like the first pinfall came really quick.
So you're saying they were
Benoit's style-
trying to put a 20-minute match into
Yes.
13 minutes?
Benoit's style doesn't lend well to that type of...
Like,
if
don't
he was
get-
doing one fall, like, he's so relentless, and he just, like, snap suplex. Oh, boom, on you.
Like, don't get me wrong.
He's all over you all the time. You can't do a 13-minute match
Like,
and
don't-
do 3 falls.
Like,
in
Matt,
it.
don't get me wrong. It was aggressive. The first fall was super aggressive, and I really
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
and then they worked the torso and stuff, or
It
the
was,
shoulder. That
again,
was the shoulder.
it's Jericho and Benoit, so it can't be bad, but it felt rushed. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I
it
felt
was
it was
rushed.
way too short.
Yeah, it was well wrestled for the most part.
And like, could you name a good spot that you really liked?
It was just a match.
It was 3 mini matches.
Yeah,
If I had looked at these 2 names on the list and thought you would have told me that, I would have told you were fucking nuts.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Matt,
absolutely.
Matt, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't circle who won.
Benoit
Did
won.
Benoit win? Okay.
He won 2 out of 3 falls. It was 2-1. There was kind of a cheap finish on the 3rd fall. I mean, it was.
It was almost one of those ones where it was good, but it wasn't memorable.
It wasn't. But I gave it a 3.5.
I gave it a 3.1,
3.1.
so it was just a step above 3.
Yeah.
I also gave it 3 1/4.
Yeah.
It was a weird one, right? Like you watch it and you're like, "Fuck, this is good," and then you're like, "Okay, whatever."
All of a sudden, it was like, oh, this is good. Oh, there's a fall.
Yeah,
And why did they play their music after every fall?
the WWE's stupid.
That was dumb.
Because they're dumb.
That was dumb.
Okay. Disclaimer: Matt. We talked about this a little while.
Oh,
a
man.
couple
This
nights
is going to
ago.
be real quick because
For first
it has to
TLC
be.
match, we said we could do a whole episode just on this match alone.
No, on this match and 17.
Yeah, but we're not going to, Jordan. I don't want you to be excited. I know. It hurts us too.
Pat, just real quick, what did you give this match out of 5?
4.75.
Matt, you go first.
I gave it a 4.5.
I gave this match.
We don't even know. People listening, if they don't know what this is, by the way, this
Yeah.
is Edge and Christian beating the Dudley Boys and the Hardys in the first ever TLC
Yeah.
match.
So Meltzer gave it 4.5. You gave it what?
4.5.
This was my fall in love with wrestling match.
Yes.
That's what it was for
I
me.
gave-
I gave
This was
this
when
match-
I was 8, 9 years old. This was it. Yeah.
The only reason I give my rating, okay, I'm going to lead up the rating a little bit. The only reason I gave the rating what I gave it is because I knew what was to come.
If only you did that with beers, right? Like leave an accurate amount of room that you could make adjustments down the road.
Hey, Jordan, Shut up. So anyways, I gave this match a 4.99 out of 5.
Oh, wow, okay. Never mind. That's about as Pat's score as it gets.
You know,
But he gave it a little bit of room.
Because you know what WrestleMania is.
yeah,
gonna be.
that's what I mean, right? Like the whole match, first of all, had chair shots to the head, which is fantastic.
But chair shots to the head logically.
Just go throw this on just throw this on YouTube.
But
If
you know what it
you
is?
can
No.
find it,
You know what the best
Paul.
part? You know what the best part? You
Yes.
watch it on the WWE Network, and they literally have spots where you can jump to Matt going through a table, Bubba
Yeah,
going through a table.
they've submarked
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's insane.
So here's my thing with this match compared to their
Insane.
WrestleMania 17 match.
Insane.
This match, you could tell, was the first one. It was incredibly innovative. They did a
And
great
you know
job.
what? The fact that they had the Dudleys, the innovators, and the originators of the tag team moveset, which Jordan is the dumbest thing you've ever said on this podcast of all time.
But
I feel attacked.
so
I feel personally attacked.
something they do in this match, so they set up the 4-table setup.
Yeah.
They put 2 tables stacked on each other, and they set it up.
I wonder if someone's gonna go through that.
And you're like, but it's set up in a way.
It's far.
It's far.
It's far.
And it's set up in a way you're like,
How
man,
the fuck are they gonna hit
how are
that?
they going to do that? And then you can see
Matt
later
and
on
Bubba.
Matt and Bubba setting up a ladder and looking over. And you can tell, because this is the first time they've ever done this, they're like,
Is this going to work?
where are we going to put this ladder?
Yeah, they're like, we're vaguely sure this
And
is
then
where we're gonna
Bubba
do
climbs the ladder. This is by far, like, my favorite spot in this match, because you can see Bubba climbing the ladder and looking over like, am I going to make it?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to make it? And then they push him, and he looks, and he's like, I got to jump.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
I don't jump,
I was
I'm not going to make it.
I was gonna say, like, that's the part of this match I think we have to touch on. Is, well, there's 2 for me. That, the fact that they both were like, oh yeah, we're jumping off
Yeah.
this ladder. The second part is I thought the camera.
No, you're confusing. This was just Bubba going through.
Yeah.
The second
Oh,
one
was both
at
of them.
17 was both of
Right.
them.
So the other part of this match is I thought their camera angles of Jeff's swantons off the ladders was
Yeah.
this the one? Yeah. Like this, he jumps and it was like you were watching him. Like it was the perfect camera angle for that move, and I don't think.
But you know what? This is one of those matches where, like, I don't do this often because she doesn't care for it. I made Rayanne watch the match.
Yeah, because I think
Because you know why? Because she was watching it, every time something happened, she go, "Why? Why would they do this?" And you know what it was?
Because wrestling.
Because wrestling, and because you know what though, you say that you're getting 2 matches confused because they take this match and they're like, "Oh shit, we got to do this again at WrestleMania 17."
How can we do this better? I feel like
and
that's what
they
they did.
basically did the same match.
It's almost the exact same
They
match.
were just
But,
like, how
okay,
do we put nitrous
now you're
in
hanging
this?
onto the belts
Yeah.
here. What do I do next?
Spear you.
Spear you through.
Which is an
2
I
people
think
go
one of
through.
the best
Lita ran in for the first one.
top 3 moments in
Yeah,
WWE.
Lita
history.
ran into the first match and, it's
and
like,
gets
hey,
her head smashed
God.
on a ladder.
And you know what? Then the 17, you're like, okay, Lita ran in the first time. Let's get 2 other people to run it.
Unbelievable.
They just stepped
Because
it
Spike
up.
was in the WrestleMania match, right?
Spike and Rhino.
Here's my question for you. So these 3 teams, these 6 guys, they don't ever do a TLC concept match because this was
First
they
one.
invented the concerto.
Tables and ladders
There was
and
no way
chairs.
we were going to
Oh
take
my.
no time on this.
No, I know.
It's just, I don't care if this goes long.
No.
This is just so important
This
to like
is
our
this
wrestling
is
history.
in my opinion.
We can skip the next fucking match. I don't
Oh,
even
the next
care.
match we'll just skip it.
In my opinion,
Actually, we're doing a
this
random
is
podcast.
probably one of the 10 matches you have to watch in your life.
If you're not a wrestling fan, and I'm making you a list of 5 matches you have to watch,
This and 17 are both on there.
I'll make them watch 17, but it's the same thing.
This would be top. This would be in my top 10.
I'd probably make them watch both.
because I think this shows you the how talent can take an idea and push it.
And that's where I'm
I
going
think you
with
have
this.
to watch this first, and then you have to go. Okay,
If
now
these 6 guys-
if you thought this was fucking banana land, look
If
at
these 6
yeah.
guys don't do this. Are they ever any? Is Edge world champion?
no.
Is Matt Hardy or Jeff Hardy world
I
champion?
think
I think
they
it's-
figure it out. I think
Yeah,
the
I
Hardy
think
Boys
Edge-
they
Edge-
were over. The Hardy Boys were
Edge
over.
figures it out because he has so much charisma.
I think this put Edge and Christian over more than the other
Yeah.
two. The other two.
the fact that Edge and Christian win every single one of these.
They were over
But it
over.
tells you how but that also tells you how big the Dudley Boys and the Hardys
Yeah.
were. Like the Hardys and the Dudley Boys knew they were going to get their spots in the match. I mean, every 3D through a table.
And
is just
I'm going to go on a
Amazing.
little soapbox here.
Okay, go.
When people, like, I tell people we do this podcast, and like, really, you talk about wrestling? Isn't
Yeah.
wrestling fake? I hate morons who call wrestling fake in 2020. What about this match was fake?
Go through 4 tables, see if that feels good.
Yeah. Nothing. Wrestling is
Fuck, even taking a bump in a normal
Yeah.
ring hurts.
Wrestling
like a
is
bitch.
predetermined. It is not fake.
It's scripted. Wrestling
All
is
of this-
scripted. It is not fake.
These freaking 6 guys took their lives into each other's hands and trust each other more in WrestleMania 7 than anything.
17.
17.
Would people say that being a stunt man or stunt woman doesn't hurt?
No, they don't.
No, they would never say that.
And this is what these
Same
people do.
exact.
Yeah.
Why don't actors do their own stunts?
Because it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Unless you're Tom Cruise or Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
So-
Drunken Master's my favorite
Yeah.
movies of all
So
time.
yeah,
Great
that's
movie.
that's
me
one
right
thing that
now.
pisses me off. I watch this match and I go, I watch this match and I get pissed off because like, oh yeah, no, wrestling's fake. No, it's not fake. It's none of this is fake.
Yeah, and it's nobody. Okay, I have one more funny thing, and this
Yeah.
is just in the history. Matt Hardy having a leg drop off the ropes.
Oh! Contact
That
your spine.
is a tailbone bruiser,
And that is
he
why
would
he
do
has
it every
spine
time.
issues
Yeah,
now.
and I was like, every time he do it, I'm like, yeah. When I slip going down first base and hit my tailbone, I want to cry.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
He jumps
sir?
off the second rope and just is like,
I
yeah, I'm
will-
gonna land on my
I
butt.
will never forget when I think I was 10 and I bruised my tailbone. That was the
Brutal.
most pain I've ever been.
It's a precursor to probably the back injury you said you had because there's
Yeah.
nothing that's hurt. Yeah, that's up there.
So we talk about people who are like, oh, wrestling's fake, and then you go to this next match, which
Look,
is
Matt,
a stink face
Matt,
match.
Thanks for perpetuating
I
the culture, WWE, you bitches.
I don't want to talk in detail about this match. The stink face
Okay.
match.
All I'm gonna say is in our first episode, WrestleMania 14, I said that Tag Team Battle Royal, there will never be a match worse than this. I gave it a minus infinity stars.
But you know what that is? That's a wrestling match. This is not a wrestling match.
Okay, but I give this a minus infinity stars. 'cause
Okay, this is what I gave it. Okay,
Would
so
you give this a minus infinity and 1?
Yes.
Like an
This-
X? Yeah,
this-
you'd put it beyond that.
this was the Cat, who's Jerry Lawler's girlfriend wife, against Terry Reynolds, who was married to Gold Dust at one point.
Yeah.
And the whole premise of the match is the winner has to stick their butt
Their rear end.
into the other girl's face in the corner.
So in this
So-
match, you get men pushing women.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get bikinis. Women are wrestling in bikinis. You get them slapping their own butts.
Yeah.
And then they stick their butts in each other's faces
That,
during
I
the match.
give you credit for writing that down. All I wrote for this match is I have no words.
You know, okay, can I ask? Okay, so none of this is okay. Retrospectively,
No.
and even in the moment, like,
No.
in the time it
In
was
2000,
let's
when
be
I was
honest.
13,
You were probably
I was all in.
Oh my, yeah, but that's fair. I really hope these women were at the very least very handsomely compensated for
Oh,
this
I hope so,
bullshit.
too.
I doubt they made nothing for this.
Because even then, thank
It's not
God,
okay even
thank
then.
God it's where it is now. You know,
Yeah.
like
And you know
I
what,
just,
Kate, so-
I just, like I am a Rhea Ripley stan. If you told me 20 years ago I would die on the hill of a female wrestler, I would have told you were crazy
Because of stuff like this.
because
right?
of stuff like this.
And you know
Yeah.
what? You give it a negative infinity. So this. Meltzer
I don't know
gave
what's more than infinity.
Meltzer gave it a dud.
What's a
I
worse
think-
car
I
than
think
an
my
Infinity?
rating is more of a detriment to what this match is. So
boy.
I gave it negative 8,542.6 out of 5.
That's very
It is
specific.
it is very specific.
Yeah.
So that I think is a worse
Yeah.
rating than what
You're
I-
leaving room there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Just in case
I
we
think
need
we
to
were
go.
we jumped the gun on that tag team battle royal. And
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was
happens.
early.
That
It was
was- that
early
was-
in our
that was- that
podcasting
was
career.
garbage.
We
Yeah.
came in a little
Because if
spicy.
you listen to episode 1 compared to episode 12, I mean, don't listen to the first segment. It was terrible, but here we are.
The first segment was amazing. You're gonna laugh your dick off.
Fire.
So
Are we
yeah,
getting pizza after?
we should. So let's move on to match 9. which
Okay,
was-
here we
which
go.
was
Now
the
we're
match.
back in my sweet spot.
Kane against the Undertaker.
Hold on. This is not a match.
No,
The bell never rang.
That's what pissed me off. I'm watching.
Is it a match? Is it a mask match?
They're kicking each other's ass all freaking the whole time. First of all, Kane is on Ica Pro and it's fantastic. He looks great.
3 things about this match. Number 1, early American Badass. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Number 2, this was supposed to be Undertaker versus Big Show, but Big Show like to smoke and drink and stuff, so they sent him to OVW. So they're like, "Hey, Taker, you're gonna wrestle Kane."
Yeah.
And number 3, man, could they brawl?
They can but the whole match, like, he ripped off half his mask, and then they ripped off all of Kane's mask, and then he left the ring. And the whole time they're kicking the crap out of each other. The ref's in there like, oh, don't hurt each other, and then he doesn't count to 10, and then Undertaker's music
because
starts.
the bell never rang.
Yeah, but then Undertaker's music starts like he won the match. and
I
then JR says, "Oh, the bell never rang." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I guess
You know,
not.
someone in the back's like, "Shut the fuck up, JR." Right? We know.
I looked on 3 different websites. I saw, number 1, that this was a match. Number 2, that this was a no DQ match. And number 3, that the match never started. So I was like, I'm just going to go with no DQ, match never started.
I'll say for the sake of just reference, Wikipedia says it was a no DQ match, but there's curiously no
A winner or loser.
No, it's no contest, but there's no reference. Like, there's no reference even stating that they think. I feel like someone just wrote in no DQ and everyone's like, fuck it, I guess we'll go with that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Meltzer gave this 0.5 out of 5. Matt, you gave it?
I gave it a 1.5. I was entertained.
I was entertained. I was very close. 1.4.
1 point. Wow.
Yeah,
You're close.
Not bad.
Are we moving on to the second best match on the card?
Yes. Who would have thought that The Rock, Triple H, and Angle would be the
Pat's
second
looking
best?
at me like he disagrees.
You didn't like this match?
I know. I can't. That's okay.
I love this
Sorry,
match.
the look didn't help. I like the match. I felt the whole night they built up this Angle and Triple H thing like it was
And
an
they
episode
did it
of Raw.
great at the beginning.
But I felt like it was an episode of Raw.
No,
This is
disagree.
I felt like
Disagree.
I felt like The Rock was a sub part of this whole thing.
He wouldn't have been here. Okay, so people who didn't watch this match, so they do this love triangle thing between Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Stephanie.
Right.
So then Kurt Angle comes out first, and then Triple H comes out second, and he's pissed. So he comes out and he's beating the living hell out of.
I'll let you go. Sorry.
Out of Kurt Angle, and then this is before the bell rings. So they come out, they do a table spot where he's gonna pedigree him through a table. Well, the table gives out.
Was that supposed to happen?
No.
Okay.
So the table gives out. Kurt's head hits the table hard, and he is conky to hell.
But originally, I read he was supposed to be out of the match anyways.
He was going to be out of the match, but he was supposed to come in sooner.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be more involved. I think if that story had been told more, this match would have been a lot better.
Before we go any further, Matt, I just want to ask you, how much do you love The Rock?
So
More or less than John Cena?
Wow.
more.
Yeah, how do you not? He's
If I could be anyone other than myself in this
Hang on,
world,
let him go. Let him go here.
if I could be anyone other than myself in this world, I would be Dwayne The Rock.
And you know what? There's probably in your head, Jordan. There's probably reasons that you would say that. Matt's only reason for wanting to be The Rock is because The Rock works out real good.
You know what's funny? There's about 15 reasons
Mainly,
I'd
yes.
want to be The Rock. Like, he's
Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he's doing it better.
he's Samoan. Like, that might be the best comp for who he is.
Yeah.
Like, he is.
The Rock is the only person in the world who could be married to someone who she was.
I think he might be the
fantastic.
best current example of the quote unquote American dream.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know what? So he married this woman who was older than him. They got divorced, stayed best friends. Like they just bought the XFL, and he congratulated his ex-wife on being the first female.
Yeah. By the
sports
way,
league.
when he was like, "Oh, I'm having a kid," I was like, "You're in a steady relationship?"
Yeah, I didn't know
Like,
that.
I was like, "Man, I thought you were just like
With a
I thought you-
24-year-old.
I thought just like in the gym,
No,
you're
she's
just
not
clanging
24.
and
and then
banging."
you know what? Rand watched him on like Oprah's whatever club or whatever.
He's the nicest human being on
He's
the planet.
Just talking about how
He's-
women had such an effect on his life, and he cried. You know what I
He's
did?
So
I cried.
personable. He is here's the funny thing. As a salesman, he's like the pinnacle
Yeah.
of a salesman. Like that guy can talk, and he looks good, and I think my biggest compliment to The Rock is he's a chameleon. And I think
yeah.
he can fit into anything. And I know what's the thing. As an actor, I want him to play a drama. Like I know
and he
can
would
be-
do it, and he
I
would do the
want him
crap
to
out of
be
it.
like. I want him to do like Adam Sandler and Punch Drunk Love. Like go way off the fucking
way better.
Have you
reservation.
seen The Scorpion King?
But Jordan,
Is
you
that
say
Scorpio Sky's dad?
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, bro.
But you say he's a chameleon in this match. So he comes out. they clearly cue his music a little early.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, Kurt's conkied.
Yeah.
He comes out and he's like, hey, Hunter, we got to have ourselves a one-on-one for the next 12
So
minutes.
what happened to Kurt that he got conkied? Because I
The
didn't.
he went
announcement-
headfirst into a
announcers
table.
The announce table gave out.
Okay, because I couldn't. I didn't actually pick up where he took.
Like,
Oh,
the
he
they,
conk.
was
they
out.
advertised this as a triple threat match. It was not a triple threat.
No.
No, it was a singles match, and The Rock and Hunter had a hell of a singles match.
Which
Okay.
again talks
Yeah.
to how talented those two fuckers are.
Oh,
They're
all
like,
three guys in this
hey,
match.
guys.
All three guys.
Hey, guys, you got to go 10 minutes here
Yeah.
because he can't come out.
And to
then
be
he comes
honest,
out.
if it was Triple H and them, it
and-
was like that's 10 minutes. They were probably like, yeah, yawn. Thank
and
you.
FYI, Kurt Angle comes out and
Not a
takes
sing-
better bumps conkied than most guys
Not
take.
a single rest move either, eh, Matt?
No,
Great bump.
none. It was a great match.
It was good. I think that for me the storyline kind of killed it. The Rock
I
felt
loved it. I loved it.
I also give it 3 3/4 stars out of 5. What'd you give it?
I got a 4.25.
Wow.
And I don't give 0.25.
I gave it 2.8 out of 5. I wasn't.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucking low.
You know what? I think about it now. It seems low, but just for me, it's just like it wasn't. I feel
I
like
feel
if
like that's Pat expecting more. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
it
you
was.
watched it when you were younger, and you were like, "Oh, is
it's
this
the
as good as I
TLC match.
remember?"
The TLC match, exactly. I was
Well,
expecting
I'm
more.
sure the company didn't look at that and go like, "Oh, our mid card's gonna revolutionize wrestling."
It's just everything after that's tough to follow. But you know what? Hey, it was a great match. Looking back, could I have given it a 3.2? Probably. But I gave it 2.8.
That's basically
3.2.
You look like you just smelled a shitty fart.
So yeah, you know what, Matt? At the end of the day, you're gonna sip it, you're gonna chug it, you're gonna cheers it.
I'm going to cheers it. This was a great card. There was 3 matches on this card that I really, really
Can I
liked.
jump in on this before
Yeah.
Pat does? TLC match alone, you're gonna cheers it.
Yeah,
There's
100%.
no, you
Okay,
can't
hot take,
do anything
hot take.
else.
You guys can jump. I'm gonna sip it
That's bullshit. Just end the
Why?
podcast.
because there wasn't
What a fucking ridiculous thing to
there
say.
wasn't enough backing up that TLC match to make it great.
But
You've
nobody
chugged
expected that.
shittier pay-per-views that we've reviewed on, or sorry, I really got to figure that out. You've cheered pay-per-views on this podcast that were actively worse.
You could not.
I will pull up the tape.
WWE
I have it
could not
all
have
unedited.
expected these 6 guys to put on that match. So the rest of this card, like, this,
Thank God. Remember the days when you let talent just be fucking talent?
hey guys, go out there. There's tables, there's ladders, and there's chairs.
Oh my.
Oh,
I want to hit Pat in the head with a fucking chair right now for giving that score.
Oh, at least you've come around.
3D.
Look, I just this was a really fun episode. It ended up being fun. First segment, not our best
You're
stuff.
the only one who's not going to like it.
I'm
I
very
enjoyed it.
critical of what we do here, but we appreciate we're at episode 12. I never thought we'd get there. Thought Matt would cop out at 5.
The listens we have is actually kind of astounding.
Yeah, we really appreciate all our listeners and
We have
everybody
people
listening.
from Europe.
Yeah,
Like, what the hell?
I think you know what, Matt, all love in the world. You're doing a great job on the Instagram. Pat's doing a great-
Donkashane. That's European, right?
I thought that was a
I don't
song. Isn't that a
fucking
George
know.
Michael song?
No, that is a Ted Nugent.
never gonna dance again.
Newton.
I love that song.
Okay,
Careless Whisper.
Look, guys.
Wow.
At the end of the day,
We're back to an ASMR podcast.
we had fun this week. Really enjoyed it. Next week we'll be reviewing SummerSlam and TakeOver 30.
Duties.
And doing some awards.
Yeah, next week we'll not be doing a retro review. We'll be doing some mid-year awards, which should be a total train wreck. So again, you can follow us on Untapped at JSco55, at Pat Gagne, at Gagne and Matt with Duties.
Duties.
And you can follow us on the Instagram at Bros Bumps and Beers AND, and on Twitter at Bros Bumps Beers.
Are we still ordering pizza? We should order pizza. Fucking pizza.
So we're having a great time. And everybody, hey, you know what everybody needs to remember to do? Drink local.
Oh, by the way, if you like the end of this podcast, it's the Hoppy Pollinator. Just go get it and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I finished it.
I have to go let my dog out of the cage. And we'll see you next week.
Okay, that's it. There we go.